Hi, Rhianna Patrick with Triple J News. Former Prime Minister Bob Hawke has entered the debate over the future direction of the federal opposition, warning Labor not to distance itself from the union movement.
They should be going out there and saying these are the things that the trade union movement has done to create the quality of Australia today, and we are proud to be associated with them.
Mr Hawke's concerned with comments made by Mark Latham after Labor's election loss that he wanted to develop policies that appealed to small business. Meanwhile, there's been renewed speculation about Mr Latham's leadership. The Crime and Misconduct Commission has taken over investigations into last week's death in custody on Palm Island in North Queensland. The Queensland Police Commissioner, Bob Atkinson, says at this stage there's no evidence to support claims that police brutality was the cause of the 36-year-old man's death.
I'm not prejudging the outcome of this, but I'll be very keen to see who has made this claim and obviously monitor this matter very closely as it proceeds.
The man was arrested for being a public nuisance on Friday, and his death sparked protests by more than 200 residents. Pirated DVD movies with a street value of more than $1.3 million will be destroyed by police today. More than 90,000 illegal copies were seized by Victorian and federal police in the past year in operations against Australia's illegal pirated films trade. Victorian Police Commander Terry Purton says the public needs to realise by buying the DVDs they're supporting organised criminal networks.
I think that people think if you get something cheap that they're not really concerned about it, but by doing it, they're actually engaging in unlawful activity.
The Ukrainian Election Commission has declared the pro-Russian Prime Minister Viktor Yanukovych the official winner of the weekend's disputed presidential election, but the opposition is still refusing to accept the outcome and wants an investigation into vote-rigging allegations. In China, 8 workers are reported to be trapped in a flooded coal mine in the country's northeast. State media says 12 workers were underground when the pit became flooded. In the past month alone, mine accidents have killed more than 200 people. A warning's been issued about fake number plates being sold to Australian motorists. The company, Upmart, says that by paying a one-off fee of $500, motorists can get lifetime registration for their vehicles. The plates feature the letters AUS in a vertical position down their left side and the phrase HM Electors Parliaments along the bottom. But the New South Wales Police Minister says the plates are illegal. To sport, in England's controversial cricket tour of Zimbabwe has taken another twist, with Michael Vaughan's team cancelling its flight to Harare. The team is due to play a one-day series against Zimbabwe, but is spending an extra night in Johannesburg. Triple J.
We want it to be good for Aussie hip-hop and contributing to, saying there's a lot of Aussie music out there that's not just rock.
The Hilltop Hoods, a J-File special with Geordie Kilby. This Saturday at 5 on Triple J.
Hello and in my arms on Triple J.
And I got to say, big word
6:07.
Big word up to the bloke who just said, "Oh, wow, you've brought back 6 o'clock shock."
Gee, come on, dude. It takes all types.
Good way to start the day, though.
Our last ever studio-based show, second last Adam and Will on Breakfast on Triple J ever, until we shock the nation with our bombshell tomorrow and announce we're coming back.
Yeah.
At which stage they'll go,
What else have we got to do?
Oh, look,
we filled your position.
Yeah, we were only being polite when we said we were going to miss you. Go.
So we'll host our own specialty show.
It is. We'll do J-Files on ourselves.
We'll do Adam and Will's novelty songs night.
I tell you what, someone we won't get to speak to again on the phone after today is the lovely Caitlin from Brisbane. How are you going, Caitlin?
I'm pretty good, guys.
That is great to hear. What have you got for us this morning?
Well, I sent you guys a present yesterday in the mail, Express Post.
Oh, what was it?
Right, so Express Post, which means that basically you'll get to us here at the ABC about January 2007.
When we're hosting Adam and Will's Special Gardening Australia. What can you give us a rough? Don't have to tell it was. Where's it come from? From yourself? From your work? What's going on?
No, it's from me and my friends at school, and it's a signature bear that I bought and decorated, and we all signed it with a message to you guys.
Oh, like we're little dying children.
Yeah.
What year are you guys in at school?
Grade 10.
Whoa, how's grade 10 rocking along?
Oh, pretty good. It's my final exam today, so that's pretty good.
Oh, good. So it's your final exam today, and you spent all your time yesterday buying a signature bear and getting people to sign it on our behalf.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, it's just the one bear, yeah?
Yeah.
So you guys subscribe to the ongoing myth that Will and I flat together.
Well, it's a bear for our bed.
Yeah, but
Aren't you one person?
Well, we live together. It's just whose bedrooms are going to stay in. Oh, we won't have to worry about that. Which side of the bed is the bear going to sleep on? Oh, that doesn't matter.
Well, there's kind of a side dedicated to both of you. So.
Oh.
Right.
So
what
we
you're
can place it in between us, and I could read about Will and he could read about me.
Yeah.
Or what you're saying is we could cut this bear in half.
Here it is. Is this it? It's arrived. DJ CJ's just got out to the mail. It's here. Save Our Stink, the greatest radio show on earth tribute.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tell Scott I love him.
Yeah, that's the
Caitlin.
one. As if there's been several bears that have been decorated that we've got.
In fact, look
we
at this.
want it to not be your one.
They've actually split the bear down the middle. So on the top part of the bear, there's some stuff that's covered in sort of brown with a bit of gold on it. Will's hair.
Right.
Other side left blank. Adam's hair. Look at this. Look on the left eye there where they've put this manky blue inky bit.
It made you have a wonky eye.
Adam's mangy eye. I'm not sure I like this.
I'm coming right round to it, Caitlin. I was initially sceptical.
As we look at it, the bear's right arm has fingernail polish.
Oh, nice one.
The left arm has factorise and solve x squared plus 22x plus 21.
Oh, Caitlin, gold. Gold, dude.
Thanks, Caitlin.
That's okay.
I wish you'd continually written for our show on bears during the year.
I miss you.
I'm going to miss you guys too.
I know a lot of commercial...
here we go. I get one back.
Oh, damn it.
Adam and Will are my heroes. I wish that more boys were just like you guys. Minus Will's laugh. Good on you, Caitlin. You're back in the game. And there, where Will's jokes come from, and I won't say which part of the bear I'm pointing at. She's the level of Caitlin.
Harsh.
Thank you for your call, Caitlin.
Okay.
I'm over you guys.
Have yourself a great day.
You too.
Here's PJ Harvey. Big exit on Triple J. It's a song about the part of a bear that our jokes come from. 6:10.
Sometimes it rains so hard, and I feel the hurt in my heart. Feels like the end of the world. I see children as sharp as knives. I see children dead in lives. Beautiful people, beautiful girls. I just feel like it's the end of the world. I walk on concrete, I walk on sand, but I can't find a safe place to stand. I'm scared, baby, I wanna run. This was crazy, give me the gun. Baby, baby, ain't it true? I'm immortal when I'm with you. But I want a pistol in my hand. I wanna go to a different
It is 14 past 6 on the Jays. Adam and Will with you. Big exit, PJ Harvey. Episode 12. 12 of the weather. Towns were fine at 31. Brisbane mostly fine, except for a brief shower in the Bayside suburbs. 26. Newcastle mostly fine at 24. Sydney bracing itself for Bessie Bardot live at Manning Bar, our final ever show from the University of Sydney from 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Bessie's going to be in the show?
Bessie's in.
Sweet.
Bessie Bardot said, according
Fresh
to...
from entertaining the troops,
She said,
now to us.
according to DJ ZJ, I'd love, with about 20 O's,
Really?
love to do it.
She's the woman who puts the O back into love.
She does everything a little bit extra. Love. Bessie Bardot. Who would have thought Bessie Bardot would be available for a public appearance in front of 1,000 screaming people? Bessie Bardot tomorrow at the Manning Bar, University of Sydney from 6 a.m, fine and 24. Canberra dry and 26 today. Hobart fine and 18. Adelaide fine and 33. Perth showers and 23. Darwin an afternoon storm and 34. Alice Springs fine and 36. Melbourne fine and 28. The thing is, around this time tomorrow, we've already given Rhys Muldoon his topics for his gay school. He's doing a live gay school read. He's going to do the read just after 7 o'clock. So if you get there early, and we recommend everyone get there early to the show tomorrow, there will be a few people there, come armed with a gay school suggestion.
Yep, for sure.
Because as you've explained, this is a particularly tough one for Rhys, because at about 8 minutes past 6, we have him on the show.
We're going to get the suggestion.
Suggestion from the audience, and then...
He's going to have to get in a cab.
Yeah.
Back to the ABC.
From Sydney Uni.
Yep.
Back to the ABC archives.
Yeah, and
Russell.
But the thing is, we don't even know if the archives are open at that time in the morning.
Bloody hell. He might have to bust in.
Or surely we could get him a pass or something, Zoe. Could he arrange him a pass for an early pass for the archives?
Because otherwise...
Or arrange it with security, because they're crack security here at ABC in the morning.
There's no way you could sneak in here.
Seriously, as long as you can't... Say if, look, certainly the security here would protect us from, say, Rhianna Pittman when she just hurt her knee.
Yep.
Because with that knee, you'd struggle to hurdle over something about a metre high.
Oh, the security would protect us if Rhianna was a guest on the show.
Yeah.
They're very good at keeping guests on the show out. However, if you came in, say, with a blood-stained axe...
Yeah, and went, hi, I'm mad.
And when they said, what are you doing? You said, I'm
mad, I've come to kill.
I've come to hack Will to death.
I've come to hack Will to death.
Level 6, we'll just buzz you through. Can you fill out one of these I've come to hack Will to death forms, please?
Can you mind my aluminium hat where the aliens talk to me, please?
Exactly. It's 17 past 6 on the Jays. Rhys Muldoon is doing a live gay school. Around this time tomorrow, he's got the suggestion. So when you turn to the University of Sydney Manning Bar, though for some people it is the University of Manning, from what I understand. They give out PhDs at the bar. That's in uni. You have to turn up with some suggestions for Rhys and then rustle back, look through the files, try and find... Then he's got to hop in a cab and go back. Now, does he keep the one cab? Does he let the meter run up for an hour? That's like $60. Or does he hope to find another cab? He has to wrestle with all these things whilst trying to find the fire with the gay score.
It's going to be a tough day
It's a
for Reece.
fiasco. 17 past 6 on the Jays. Here's your presets. Girl in the Sea.
Tonight the hills are watching her as she runs towards the sea. Yeah, she runs so she'll be free. And of all the friends and enemies she's made along the way, they are nowhere in her thoughts as she dives beneath the waves. He's the one that you've seen sometimes on TV, and his shirt is on the ground while it's tackled by police. And the parcel that he throws across the bridge into the creek, it'll float towards the sea. It will meet with her tomorrow. And all the places she's been along the way, flames licking at their walls, night clothes with their remains. Far away the animals can gather round to see, but she knows not how they feel, and she knows not what it means. When she was young, we'd ask her what she'd like to be, and she'd close her eyes and dream. Now nowhere in her thoughts as she dives beneath the waves.
It is 21 past 6 on the Jays. I like that. The presets.
Yeah, they're a good group, the presets. I've seen them a couple of times. Very handy.
Girl and the Sea. Someone who's very handy and is going the extra distance tomorrow morning is the amazing Sara. How are you going, Sara?
Good, how are you?
Very well, thanks. Now, where do you live?
In Newcastle.
Newcastle. You're talking about 2 hours drive north of Sydney for people who don't know the geography of New South Wales that well. What are you doing tomorrow to go the extra yard?
Well, my dad doesn't want to drive down to Sydney because he hates it.
Oh.
So we're catching the train, and our train leaves at 10 to 3 in the morning.
Whoa, who's we?
Me and my dad.
Whoa.
You're catching the train to come down and see our show tomorrow morning, and you
Yep.
have to get on a train at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Is it an express or is it all stops?
It's all stops.
Nice.
I know. There's, the other alternative is like catching it at 1 o'clock in the morning, and we get there at 4:30.
Oh.
So
Or the other option is just stay at home and listen to it in bed on the radio.
Invite about 2,000 of your friends around and simulate the experience at home.
no, because I love you both so much, so I have to come and see you.
Correct answer.
You can fake it though, like because you might not get a good set anyway. So imagine just get like say a Ken doll, like for me, you put that over the one side of the room,
Right, here we go.
and a Mr. Potato Head.
Thank
for Adam,
you.
right, and you put them over one side of the room, and like obviously a Hollywood Barbie for Zoe.
Yep.
And you put them all over the one side of the room.
Yep.
And
For me, just get a poster of Australian Test cricketer Darren Lehman.
My life ambition is to meet you guys again.
Oh, well, that's...
I love a life ambition is to meet someone again.
Well, I've met you once. So
Was that your life ambition up to that point to meet us?
Yes.
Okay, and now your newfound life ambition is to meet us
you
again.
Yeah.
Well, I like the way you set goals there, Sarah.
It's important, Sarah, to set goals that are eminently achievable.
Yeah, well, there's no point in hoping for something stupid. So at least I'll be able to do that.
Exactly. You'll be able to go to that list, which I presume is just meet Adam and Will several times and tick it off a second time.
And see
Sarah,
the glass house.
Sarah came up with actually her top 10 things to do this year like we did.
Yeah.
And her top 10 things were 1, meet Adam and Will, 2, meet Adam and Will, 3, meet Adam and Will, 4, meet Adam and Will, 5, meet Will and Adam,
6, explain to my parole officer it's all cool, it won't happen again.
7, hire a lawyer, respond to restraining order, 8, meet Adam and Will.
Well, what you got to do,
9,
Sarah...
get Adam and Will to meet me in court.
'Cause Sarah-
10, stare at Adam and Will from across the docks.
We'll have a signing table there tomorrow where we'll sign posters and stuff, so make sure you come up and say hi, okay?
Oh, cool, because I already have one signed. I
I'm
think
sure
I have
you
two
do.
11, make
two
a
of
suit
Adam and one
Adam
of
and
Will.
Will's skin.
Now, what time does your 10 to 3
take Adam and
train
Will's hair and
get
try
you
to
into
clone
Sydney?
it.
About 5:45.
Oh.
I know, I'm cutting it very thin, but I don't want to be standing there from 4:30 in the morning. I mean,
know, but how bad would it be if you came all the way from Newcastle and couldn't get in?
I'll just make my way in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. With your
You'll
scrapbook
have to see
around.
me and just go, hey, that's the crazy girl I talked to yesterday.
Yeah.
Come in.
I'm sure you'll be the
Excellent.
only crazy person there. You'll really stand out. We'll put you in the special VIP
come on,
nutbag
security.
area.
Oh, there
Come on,
you
security,
go.
let us in. Let us in.
Have a great day,
I
Sarah.
can give you a sample of Adam and Will's DNA.
It's
Let us
25
in.
past 6 on the Jays. Here's the Spazzies. is 27 past 6 on the Jays. Don't forget, calling in this morning to say goodbye to us is your last chance ever to be told by DJ ZJ. Oh, and I'll pass it on to the guys. It's a moment in radio history, 27 past 6. She's wearing a dog mask at the moment. They're in the production studios. DJ ZJ. It's all going a bit weird. What's on your mind, Sticky Chicken?
Well, controversy. I don't want to do it 2 days
You're
before
a magnet.
but this is controversy.
Okay.
I'm going to open the slime bucket.
Oh, dear.
The scumbag.
And dip someone in. Who have we got?
Well, here we go. The makers, Oliver Stone.
Yep.
Conspiracy theorist nut. Oliver Stone.
Makes all like your JFK movies, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. Alexander the Great's made a new movie about Alexander the Great.
Yeah, called Alexander.
Yep, which
Nice.
is with Colin Farrell in the lead.
Nice.
It has outraged people because in it, Alexander the Great is gay.
Really? Really?
Apparently that's why they called him Alexander the Great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In fact, he was almost Alexander the Fabulous.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Into a bit of the man love.
He was into man love.
Okay.
Which apparently they're claiming is historically accurate. He, swung both ways, so to speak.
Sure.
But in the States, it's been branded queer eye for the Macedonian guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't like it.
Queer eye for the all-conquering
They don't like it.
Generalissimo. Oh, really?
It's like somehow Alexander conquered places and just went, oh, this place is terrible.
They've let this go, haven't they?
Those toga doesn't go with those sandals. What were you thinking, girlfriend?
Can someone else hold my sword? Because it really just ruins the line of my pant.
Anyway, I can't wait to hear John Laws's review. That's all I want to hear.
Yes.
What does Lawsy think about it?
It is 29 past 6 on the Jays. Here's your Hives, Two Time and Touch, and Broken Bones. New headlines next.
Hi, Rhianna Patrick with Triple J News headlines. The former Prime Minister Bob Hawke has criticised the Labor Party leaders for distancing themselves from the trade union movement. The Ukrainian opposition leader has called the election victory of pro-Moscow Prime Minister Viktor Yanukovych as illegal. The Queensland Police Commissioner says there's no evidence to support claims that police were responsible for a death in custody at Palm Island in North Queensland. Motorists are being warned to watch out for fake number plates which are being sold around the country. Victorian police will destroy more than 90,000 pirated DVDs today in a bid to stop the illegal movie trade. And in the NBL, the Brisbane Bullets have posted their third win in a row, beating Perth 107-98 last night.
I initially misheard you then. I thought they destroyed 90,000 pirate DVDs.
Oh, really?
I was like, what? Pirates of the Caribbean, Pirates of Penzance, Blackbeard.
Yellowbeard.
Yellowbeard. Lots of things with beards.
Yeah, a full rainbow of beards. Aqua beard, taupe beard,
Puce
cocoa beard, off ivory beard, bone white beard,
Ginger beard.
ginger beard.
Hey, you know this fake number plates thing? I noticed the other day when the Lawsy controversy was going on about his, calling poofters poofters.
Yep.
And, how some of his best friends are poofters.
Yep.
And how they love it when you call them a poofter. That's weird because some of my best friends are radio hosts and I think you're a cockhead, Lawsy.
There you go.
But I noticed in the paper they had a photo of him outside his car. And he's got a personalised number plate.
Oh, really?
John Laws. And it's JL0.
Oh,
yeah.
J-Lo.
It seriously looks like J-Lo. It looks like Lawsy.
J-Lo.
He's driving around in the J-Lo-mobile.
John Laws is bootylicious.
Just this small car with a really big boot.
That's awesome. Talking about bootylicious, don't forget tomorrow at 7:30 in the morning, Can You Dance Better Than Dools? Rhianna Patrick versus Dools versus a to-be-chosen on the day audience member. It's going to be like a radio version of that Room 208
Yeah.
they do on Channel V.
There'll be commentary all the way through
It's going to be fantastic. We'll be shouting various dancing styles at you, and who can keep up with the pace? Rhianna Patrick versus Dools versus perhaps you.
Who's now thrown down the challenge.
He's in.
Run into me into the car park yesterday and gone, you're on.
All right.
To which I've gone, Dools, bring it on. You can't bring it on if it's already brought, okay?
Hang on. Is this... Can we write all this down? This is the script for Bring It On 3.
Okay.
Can we write this down bit by bit? Every single part of this.
I think I was back in Philosophy 101. You can't bring it on if it's already brought.
Yeah, that's right.
Very good point.
That's all I'm saying.
26
as soon as I turn up, it's all over.
26 to 7 on the Jays. Find out at 7:30
I
tomorrow.
already brought it. I brought it days ago.
Manning Bar,
It's already
University of
here.
Sydney.
You can't bring it yourself. I brought it.
Here's the Killers on Triple J. Smile like you mean it. You brought it. I bought it. But I've got a receipt.
Really?
So I should be all right.
You going to take it back?
While you're young, one day you'll be a man. Oh, girl, he'll help you understand. Smile like you mean it. Smile like you mean it. Looking back at sunsets on the east side, we lost track of the time. Dreams are what they used to be. Some things slide by so carelessly. Smile like you mean it. Smile like you mean it. And someone is calling my name from the back of the restaurant. And someone is playing a game in the house that I grew up in. And someone will drive her around down the same streets that I did. On the same streets that I did. Smile like you mean it. Smile like you mean it. Smile like you mean it. Smile
22-7 on the Jays. Adam and Will with you. The Killers and Smile Like You Mean It. One of the things that's been a lot of fun about our last couple of weeks on air is two of our most popular and most loved regular guests who have some pretty difficult stuff to do. Reese Muldoon with the Gay School and Tripod with the Song and Hour Challenge have really bought the goods.
Damn straight.
Oh, the last couple of Gay Schools have been absolutely awesome. There's a live performance of Gay School tomorrow from the Manning Bar at the University of Sydney from 6 a.m, our final ever radio show. And Tripod this week on Tuesday. Tripod Song and Hour Challenge was great. We set them. We needed some French words. One of our listeners was having a French final exam.
Yep.
Someone being mistaken for a gay porn star.
Yep, like Casey Donovan was on CaseyDonovan.com.
Wasn't she? Astro Boys, butt lasers. The relationship between, sometimes when men get certain back injuries, they get involuntary erections. Can someone drop a tripod bombshell near the end of it? And one guy was very concerned about the fact that there are no national feng shui standards.
That's right.
In Australia. You can go to 3 different feng shui practitioners and get completely different advice on where you need water in your house.
Exactly.
And what you do to
keep the fish?
to unlock the demon spirit.
I direct the bed in what? Oh, come on.
So, Tripod, the last ever Tripod Song and Hour Challenge. It's an absolute cracker. 21-7 on the Jays.
That sounds great.
Thanks, man.
Take me apart and put me in boxes. I've had my day, so take me away. Now I'm a man, my career is over. Once I was Astro Boy, who wants an Astro Man? Feel like a used up toy. I've done all I can. Astro Man. I was one of those Japanese crazies. They love my rocket boots and butt lasers. But arching my back every time I shot the lasers has permanently hurt my spine. Now I spend all my time laid up in this here bed, only memories in my head. Astro Man. I tried to get on top of new technology and make myself a website, but I got all this traffic looking for the things that I could not provide. And how was I to know there's already a gay porn star called Astro Man? Astro Man. Living a life that's lacking direction, and a sore back that gives me a constant erection. And my heart unscrews up the feng shui of my house. All of these feng shui books spread out in front of me. All are in different languages. None of the books agree. Ooh, 'cause I'm a robot, I need rules and conformity. And the romance languages just don't work for me. What on earth does this mean anyway? Ne pointez pas le sponge vers le fenêtre. Do not point the sponge towards the window.
I know, it's going to be the last chorus ever.
Oh, the last chorus
We better give them our bombshell.
Oh, bombshell.
Maybe we should wait. Wait for the chorus.
Make them build up attention. Build up attention.
Once I was Astro Boy,
Who wants an Astro Man? Feel like a used up toy. I've done all I can. Okay, Australia, this is the bombshell. Tripod are all one man.
There's only one of us. One man with 3 personalities.
3 heads.
Yes. 3 bodies.
Aha! Australia. With intelligence and collective talent that adds up to one single man. Astro Man. Thanks, Will. Thanks, Adam.
No.
That was ace fun.
Thank you, Tripod. It was indeed ace fun. What an awesome guests they've been over the years on the show.
They were brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
We should make it clear to the legions of people who come up and ask. Those guys do that every week.
Every week in an hour, sometimes less than an hour.
Often a lot less than an hour. You could sometimes listen, because they're in the Melbourne studios, we're in the Sydney studios a lot of the time. You could listen down the line to them as I'm going, guys, we're up in 30 seconds, and they're still shouting at each other, who's doing the second?
Quite often,
pull it together.
My favourite bits were when we would just before they'd start, we would quite often run through what the topics were.
Yep.
And you'd sometimes just occasionally hear them go, whoops. And you'd see them trying to jam the one in they'd forgotten to do.
It is 17-7. The guys are geniuses. Catch them around Razor Light and Golden Touch on Triple J. Special weather next.
She's got enough, she's got too much. But I know you wouldn't mind. You could have it all if you wanted. You could have it all if it matters so much. But then all they know is how to put you down. When you're there, they're your friend. But then when you're not around, they say, oh, she has changed. You know what they mean? Well, they mean they're just jealous because you never do the things they wish that they could do so well. The kind of girl, yeah, she's never alone. You leave 1,000 messages on her phone, but you know you never get through. You could have it all if you wanted, girl. You could have it all if it matters to you. But then all they know is how to put you down. When you're there, your friend, and when you're not around, they'll say, oh, she has changed. Don't we know what that means? Well, it means they're just jealous, but they'll never do the things that they wish that they could do so well. I saw my girl with the golden touch. Give them a taste, but not too much. I just can't listen to the words of fools. But don't give away too much. Someone will need your golden touch. Because all they know is how to put you down. When you're there, they're your friend. When you're not around, they say, oh, she's changed. Yeah, we know what that means. It means they're just jealous. They'll never do the things that they wish that they could do so well. Because all they know is how to put you down. When you're there, they're your friend. When you're not around, they say, oh, she's changed. Oh, I know what that means. What it means, they're just jealous. They'll never do the things that they wish that they could do so well. No, they'll never do the things that they wish that they could do so well. They'll never do the things that they wish that they could do so well. No, they'll never do the things that they wish that they could do so well.
Razor Light on Triple J. Up All Night's the CD, and Golden Touch. It's about 14 minutes to 7 on the second last ever Adam and Will Breakfast on Triple J. Our last ever studio show. It's your last chance to ring DJ ZJ and just say, oh, hi. Just wanted to tell you I love you. Everyone, ring now. Next 5 minutes. It's not about Will and I anymore. Ring DJ ZJ. Tell her how top she is.
Yep.
And do it with a level of conviction that will overcome the fact that I clearly solicited the calls on the radio.
Yep.
Ring DJ ZJ and tell her she's tops 5 minutes.
But only for 5 minutes.
No, the rest of the show, it's about us.
Yeah. This is your 5 minute window.
Yeah, you enjoy this, DJ ZJ. It's coming at ya. It is 13 to 7. What have we got now, Wilhelm?
Well, mates of ours this year, a new addition to the show this year, and it's been great to have them on board. Sam and Kent, who run the Mike in Hand Room at the Friend in Hand on Thursday nights. Tonight, I believe James O'Loughlin and Robbie Carlton are down there.
Bloody hell.
That's correct.
Jeez.
But you've been coming in on sort of alternative weeks and giving us a look at stuff we might have missed in the news. But this week, together at last.
Oh. For episode 11 of The Weather, what's brought you here? What is the theme?
Well, this week, 41st anniversary of the assassination of JFK. Laughs there.
Yep.
And
I'm excited with where you're going with this.
Especially since a Scottish computer game company has recreated the game.
Seen this?
Yeah, recreated the event with a game called JFK Reloaded.
The idea is you play a sniper. You've got to get yourself up to the book depository, and as the car comes past, take a ping.
Is it based on reality though?
Yeah.
Is there a sniper in the book depository, but the real shot comes from the grassy knoll?
No, well, their idea is to dispel the myth of conspiracy and actually show that you can get 3 shots away from the book depository.
Oh, so it's an educational computer game.
That's what they say.
So as long as Lee Harvey Oswald was able to double cross circle, then he could do it.
Yeah,
It's not actually put out by EA. It's put out by the CIA.
Okay.
It's covering it all up.
I like it.
Must be a pretty short game, though.
Yeah.
You shoot him once, and where do you go from there?
Well, you get to play Jackie, go to the dry cleaners.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, you've got the months of build up.
Yeah.
The ambiguous trip to Cuba you did earlier.
The planning,
All that lovely wife of yours who you just get a little bit around.
Getting undetected onto the grassy knoll.
All that sort of stuff. A million options. So where are you going with this, Tastemeisters?
It's caused, an incredible amount of controversy.
Who would have thought it?
But it's also generated a whole lot of publicity. As continental USA sort of says, "Way, this is too far," and we know how far is too far.
Yep.
So,
and since the video game industry is worth annually more than Hollywood, it's surprised that they haven't cashed in on more tragedies, taking this as a.
So have you got some other tragedies for us that are going to turn into computer games?
Indeed, we have.
Zoe, call the lawyers.
Episode 11 of The Weather. Towns were fined in 31, Brisbane mostly fined in 26.
For driving game fans, the paparazzi princess careened through the streets of Paris on the back of a motorbike, all the time trying to get excellent photographs of the black Mercedes that you're trailing.
Newcastle mostly fined in 24.
They led with that.
Sydney bracing itself for the cops live. Manning Bar tomorrow morning from 6, fine in 24.
for the hunting fans, baby cakes. Set in the Australian outback in the early 80s, you're a hungry dingo, desperate to find something succulent to eat before your health runs out to zero.
Canberra, dry in 26. Hobart, fine in 18.
The Olsen Scramble. Bat food away from the mouth of Mary-Kate Olsen, all the while trying to aim it into the mouth of Ashley Olsen. To advance to the next level, Mary must become seriously anorexic.
Adelaide, fine in 33. Perth, showers in 23. Another tasteless video game.
The Gandhi Man can.
Oh, God.
Using your superpowers of passive aggression, fight through 15 levels of English tyranny before facing your final showdown against a gun-wielding Hindu fanatic.
The Gandhi Man
Darwin,
can.
an afternoon storm in 34. Alice Springs, fine and 36.
The Uncanny X-Men navigate a team of transsexuals through a minefield of prejudice and angry family members. Bit more general, that one.
Nice. Melbourne.
It's an educational game for the kids.
Melbourne, fine and 28. Our final, potentially controversial video game.
We're in the world of weapons of mass destruction. Infinite gameplay.
There you go.
Something wrong with this game.
Exactly.
I've looked everywhere.
The Gandhi Man, you say.
The
Gandhi Man can. That's my hit pick.
Because he mixes it with peace.
Where
and it makes the world go round.
Where can people catch the Tastemeisters this evening?
The Friend in Hand Hotel in Glebe in Sydney.
It is 9 minutes to 7 on the Jays. Adam and Will with you. Why not play one? Here we go. Out of the Vault Mark Classic.
Oh.
Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. The message.
Out of the Vault Mark, this goes for 7 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Broken glass everywhere. People pissing on the stage, you know they just don't care. I can't take the smell, can't take the noise. Got no money to move out, I guess I got no choice. Rats in the front room, roaches in the back, junkies in the alley with the baseball bat. I tried to get away, but I couldn't get far, cause a man with a tow truck repossessed my car. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Standing on the front stoop, hanging out the window, watching all the cars go by, roaring as the breezes blow. A crazy lady living in a bag, eating out of garbage pails, used to be a fag hag, such a dance to tango, skipped the life and dango, a zircon princess seemed to lost her senses. Down at the peep show, watching all the creeps, so she could tell her stories to the girls back home. She went to the city and got so did it. She had to get a pimp, she couldn't make it on her own. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. My brother's doing bad, stole my mother's TV. Says she watches too much, it's just not healthy. All my children in the daytime, Dallas at night. Can't even see the game or the Sugar Ray fight. The bill collectors, they ring my phone and scare my wife when I'm not home. Got a bum education, double-digit inflation. Can't take the train to the job, there's a strike at the station. Neon King Kong standing on my back, can't stop to turn around. Broke my sacroiliac, a mid-range migraine, cancer membrane. Sometimes I think I'm going insane, I swear I might hijack a plane. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. My son said, Daddy, I don't want to go to school cause the teacher's a jerk. He must think I'm a fool and all the kids smoke reefer. I think it'd be cheaper if I just got a job, learn to be a street sweeper. I dance to the beat, shuffle my feet, wear a shirt and tie and run with the creeps. Cause it's all about money, ain't a damn thing funny. You got to have a con in this land of milk and honey. They pushed that girl in front of the train, took her to the doctor, sewed her arm on again. Stabbed that man right in his heart. Gave him a transplant for a brand new start. I can't walk through the park cause it's crazy after dark. Keep my hand on my gun cause they got me on the run. I feel like an outlaw, broke my last glass jaw. Hear them say, you want some more? Living on a seesaw. Don't push me cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Say what? It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. A child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God is smiling on you, but he's frowning too, because only God knows what you'll go through. You'll grow in the ghetto, living second rate, and your eyes will sing a song of deep hate. The places you play and where you stay looks like one great big alleyway. You'll admire all the number book takers, thugs, pimps, and pushers, and the big money makers, driving big cars, spending 20s and 10s, and you wanna grow up to be just like them. Smugglers, scramblers, burglars, gamblers, pickpocket peddlers, even panhandlers. You say I'm cool, I'm no fool, but then you wind up dropping out of high school. Now you're unemployed, all non-void, walking around like your pretty boy Floyd. Turned stick-up kid, but look what you done did. Got sent up for for an 8-year bid. Now your manhood is took and you're a make tag. Spend the next 2 years as an undercover fag, being used and abused to serve like hell. Till one day you was found hung dead in a cell. It was plain to see that your life was lost. You was cold and your body swung back and forth. But now your eyes sing the sad, sad song of how you live so fast and die so young. So don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Yo, Mel, you see that girl, man?
Yeah, man.
Yo, that sound like Cowboy, man.
Cool.
Yo, what's up, money?
Yo.
Hey, where's Quill and Raheem, man?
They upstairs cooling out.
So what's up for the night, y'all?
Yo, we can go down to Fever, man.
Check out Junebug, man.
Hey, yo, you know that girl Betty?
Yeah, man.
My mom's got balls, man.
What?
Yeah, she got hurt.
What just happened? What just happened?
What's going on? Free. Don't nobody move nothing. Y'all know what this is. Get him up. Get him up. Yo, man, we down with Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. What is that, a gang?
No,
Shut up. I don't hear you now. Shut up. So what's the problem? You the problem. You the problem. Yo, you ain't got to get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the gas. Get in the car.
why is you talking?
Tonight at 11, get ready for the best in blues and roots.
If you're big on the bass end and a fan of the funk, then tonight's session of Roots and All is made for you. I'm going to be digging through my record bag for some classic rare funk, jazz and soul. And a few special friends are dropping in as well. Quantic, Russ Dewberry and Alice Russell are bringing in some of their favourites too. It's shaping up to be a classic all-nighter. Well, a couple of hours in the middle of the night at least. That's Roots and All, tonight from 11 to 1 on Triple J.
Triple J's Gig Guide.
Adelaide's Fuse Festival is on now. It's a 3-day musical showcase of new and unsigned Australian artists with heaps of events and conferences. There are more than 100 acts performing, with all ages gigs included. So head out to Adelaide's West End to experience some of the freshest talent around. The Fuse Festival, supported by Triple J.
For more info, head to the Gig Guide at triplej.net.au.
Triple J?
Hi, Rhianna Patrick with the latest from the Triple J newsroom. A new report's predicted that over the next 40 years, Australia's ageing population will cost the nation thousands of billions of dollars. The Productivity Commission has found that by 2045, the number of people aged 65 or older will double. The Commission's recommended that governments make healthcare more cost efficient. A prominent refugee advocate warns that South Australia's Baxter Detention Centre is on the brink of a major riot. A protest involving about 25 male detainees broke out on Tuesday over a new system which delays them from getting their medication. Justice for Refugees spokesman Don McMaster says tension at the centre is building, with many detainees fearing deportation.
What Justice for Refugees is quite alarmed about is the high incidence of self-mutilation that's happening up there, and also that high level of anxiety. I think it's just creating a tension that's going to explode at some stage.
The Queensland Police Commissioners asked the Crime and Misconduct Commission to investigate last week's death in custody on Palm Island in North Queensland. A 36-year-old man was arrested on Friday for being a public nuisance, but was later found dead in the watch house. The death sparked angry protests by 200 residents and claims of police brutality. But senior police say there's no evidence to support those claims and investigations are continuing. Priceless Minoan vases have been smashed to pieces on the Greek island of Crete. The artefacts were destroyed after the roof of the island's main museum collapsed. Embarrassed Greek officials say they have no idea why the roof collapsed and admit an emergency investigation has started into the incident. Victorian police will destroy more than 90,000 pirated DVDs today in a bid to bring down the illegal movie trade. With a street value of more than $1 million, the copies were seized during raids on private residences across Australia in the past year. Police Commander Terry Purton says organised crime networks are undermining legitimate businesses.
These are serious matters. The people involved have been making substantial profits and we believe that organised crime is shifting into this area.
The Ukrainian opposition leader has warned of civil conflict unless the result of last weekend's presidential election is overturned. The opposition leaders called for a general strike in protest against what he says was an election marked by mass cheating. The Kremlin-backed Prime Minister Viktor Yanukovych has been officially claimed the winner. To sport, and an English soccer supporter has been banned from soccer grounds for 5 years and fined for racially abusing Birmingham City striker Dwight Yorke during a weekend Premier League game. Another man will face court next month after TV footage caught them making monkey chants and gesturing towards Yorke as he warmed up. And that's the latest news right across Australia. You're listening to Triple J.
Triple J's Australian Music Month.
Log on and check out the talent.
triplej.net.au.
I might lie, yes, sacrificial die tonight. I'm falling before
It is 7:07 on the Jays. Adam and we're with you, the greats and sucker fish. Good morning, 7 o'clock tuners in our last ever studio show. Tomorrow from the Manning Bar at the University of Sydney from 6 in the morning do we do our last ever Adam and Will breakfast on Triple J show before we move to Nova in Perth and keep our careers alive.
Because it sounds different.
Doesn't it?
It's the good stuff.
7:07 on the Jays. We've got Sam from Bendigo on the line. How are you going, Sam?
Good, thanks. How are you guys?
Good, thanks, mate. Why have you called this morning?
I've been listening to the show for a while now, and I've always wanted to know where Will got the name Sticky Chicken.
That's a very good question.
A lot of people do ask this.
When we did our comedy tour recently, Adam and Will, the last time, a lot of people wrote in and asked why you called, and some people asked why you called Stinky Chicken.
Yep.
Now it's sticky.
Yeah, it's not Stinky Chicken.
That'd
That would be ridiculous.
That'd be weird.
That'd be weird.
Exactly.
It's Sticky Chicken.
It'd be like calling you Slicky Chicken. Duh. Why would you call him that?
Yeah. And also, I've got to point out, because a lot of people ask, why does Will call himself Sticky Chicken?
Yeah.
Let's never pretend that's the case.
Okay.
I have never once referred to myself as Sticky Chicken.
No, you're not one of those people who talks about yourself in the third person.
No, I don't go, I think Sticky Chicken's going to have a good radio show today.
Exactly. There was
See Sticky Chicken today. He did an excellent episode of The Glass House.
There was a guy called Deion Sanders, Neon Deion Sanders, who used to play both NFL and Major League Baseball at the same time. He's pretty handy.
Yep.
Only ever spoke about himself in the third person. The interviewer would go after the game, you've been voted best on ground. How did it go today? And he'd go, Deion Sanders had a lot of fun out there today. Brooke Hansen does a little bit of
Brooke Hansen does a lot
I'm
of
doing
Brooke
what's
Hansen.
best for Brooke Hansen. Sticky Chicken never calls himself Sticky Chicken. No. The nickname came from the following place, Sam.
Yep.
We had a competition on air because Will always wanted a nickname when he was a kid.
Yeah, I've never had a nickname. Like, I never even got Ando or any of that sort of stuff.
You've always just wanted a nickname.
Yeah, I wanted Ando, the comedy commando.
So we threw it out to the listeners and said, give us a great nickname. Will, you've heard about him. What would you call him? And there's a lot of Ando, Willie, Wally. And one girl just rang in and said, I'd call him Sticky Chicken. And it was my job to judge the competition, and I liked it.
Yep.
And it's been Sticky Chicken ever since. There you go, Sam. Make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, in its own
Makes as much
twisted,
sense as anything we've ever done.
in its own twisted and bizarre way. Thanks for calling, Sam.
And I'd just like to thank you guys for over the years. It's been real good, and it's going to be sadder for me when American Rosso left, so thanks.
Oh, that's a big call.
Yeah, there we go. Sadder than when American Rosso in your face,
On
you
the
sellout.
scale of tragedy, yeah.
Always sell out.
Yeah. It's not quite as bad as Michael Tunn's last show because that rocked the world.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man, remember when Katrina Roundtree left?
Oh, no. It's 7:09 on the
Seriously,
J.
until she was on Getaway, there
Now-
was a hole in my life.
We need to put the call out for a couple of things. But this is your last chance ever to ring the show and have a bit of fun. After 8 o'clock today is your last chance ever to pitch Rich, the Grand Pooh Bar of ABC Ha Ha. Richard Fidler, the guy who makes all the decisions about everything that goes on TV.
Dick Fidler.
Is coming in after 8 o'clock. What's the special topic area for today's pitch, Rich?
We're going to let you cast Adam and Will in shows.
Yep.
So it could be existing shows that you just think we would work out well in.
Yep.
Or you could be inventing your own new TV concept. We need a job next year. What are you going to put Adam and Will into?
We might work together. Might be separate projects.
Might be rival projects.
Could be anything. ABC, SBS, Channel 7, anything you want. What can we do next year? And after 7:30, a very special last episode of Jasper's Jokes. Jasper, the 8-year-old comedy genius who comes in and tells her jokes each week. That one last week. What does a mathematician do when they've got constipation? Works it out with a pencil.
Gold.
Bang.
Gold.
I've organised.
And then followed it up with a Fanny song. Gold.
I've organised today, after 7:30, the search for Australia's best 8-year-old joke teller.
Ooh.
If you're 8 and you think you can take on Jasper head-to-head, she's going to bring in her best joke.
Is it Joke Idol?
It is.
Wow.
It's Gag Idol.
Wow.
So 1-800-536. Give us a call now for Pitch Rich if you're in Queensland. Give us a call now for Jasper's Jokes if you're in Adelaide or the South Australia. Otherwise, after 7:30, a joke-off for Australia's most wise-assed 8-year-old. You'll have to be good to beat Jasper because she brings the gold.
Yeah, exactly.
And a little hint for 8-year-olds, write the joke down. Write it down in advance and read off the bit of it because sometimes you panic.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good idea.
Well, if it's good enough for you,
Why
Will,
didn't you tell me that 5 years
it's
ago?
7:11 on the Jays.
Write it down.
Here's the Velvet Underground. What goes on?
home.
Love this
Bring
song.
it home, dude. Bring it home.
It's all psychedelic, man, and we're all just loving each other. It doesn't matter. So we're in the Velvet Underground with Lou Reed, John Cale. That track's called What Goes On. Adam and Will are with you. It's our last ever studio show, and we've got the amazing Roz from the south coast of New South Wales on the line. How you going, Roz?
Good, thanks.
Why have you given us a call this morning?
My classes start at 8:30.
Yep.
So tomorrow I'm going to have to listen because the topic is adolescence and discovery.
Oh, your what year is it?
Year 10.
So our final ever radio show, you're going to be listening to a Year 10 Adolescence and Discovery.
Yes, that's a topic for English. So I figured that I need a song in there to go with the theme.
What can we throw in? What can we put in the last half hour of the show, Will, that'll take adolescence on the voyage of discovery?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe When I Was a Sperm by Master Wells.
There you go.
Well, that tells the story
clean.
of...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a story. It just tells the story of what a sperm happens and how babies are made.
About reproduction,
No,
Roz.
listen, that's science. We need English.
It's totally natural.
Oh, you need something that deals with English.
English in a beautiful and natural way. Some of Eminem's early stuff.
Yeah. What about Snoop Doggy Dog?
There you go.
You got to teach those kids to fashizzle their nizzle.
Can the kids maybe listen in at about 8:15, because that's when we'll be doing Will's final ever radio play?
Oh, no, we don't start till 8:30.
Oh, but you got to trust me. These radio plays are journeys of literary discovery, Roz.
Right.
It's
in fact, is there anything, Roz, you'd like me to base it on? Are you studying anything that...
Yeah.
No, just it changes.
Oh,
changes in adolescence. Leaving school.
I know what you're saying.
Changes.
I know what you're saying. Well, it's sort of
there's a hair down there.
Will's radio play is
that sort of changes.
Will's radio play is...
Mummy, why do I have boobs?
It tends to be a mixture. It's sort of like Shakespeare. If Shakespeare teamed up with the dudes from South Park,
Yeah,
you'd get one of Will's radio plays. So listen about 8:15 tomorrow, okay, Roz?
All right. Thanks a lot for the last few years.
No trouble at all. You didn't like the first couple? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no.
7 on the J's.
Straight out of Melbourne's hip-hop scene come MC Muffin and producer Plutonic Lab.
Make some noise if you love to get paid.
Their first major collaboration is the album Hunger Pains. Putting their experiences and talents together to honestly reflect Australian life as they see it, Muff and Plutonic sample, scratch and rap their way through tracks like Beer Goggles
I was seeing supermodel, but she wasn't that time.
and Heaps Good.
And you know that we're heaps good.
Hunger Pains by Muff and Plutonic. This week's very gratifying feature on Triple J.
Where it is 7:18. Adam and Will with you. Now, we've got a bit of time off next year. We've got our own stuff to do. We won't have radio. You can spend more time following your beloved Western Bulldogs as they attempt to do the undoable, fill the gap left by one of the great players in the club's history, Simon Garlick. How are you going, Garlo?
Good, Adam, yourself. That's probably one of the biggest overstatements of all time.
No trouble at all. You can have that.
I appreciate that. I'll try and return the favour.
Well, I've got to be honest with you, mate. On the Western Bulldogs, list, I always thought, E.J. Whitten, Charlie Sutton, I guess, Chris Grant, Simon Garlick.
Yep.
The big four for mine.
Probably similar as comedic duos go. Basically, I can't compare you two to anyone, basically.
Oh.
Because... yeah, the level of averageness that you two have reached over the last 4 or 5 years is
Thank you very much.
unparalleled, I suppose.
Thank you. Our show is as reliable as the Bulldogs each season, isn't it?
Exactly right, mate.
High points, but just a general consistency.
Definitely right.
You won't be disappointed if you bank on us not quite making the finals radio-wise.
If you bank on us being ordinary, occasionally by accident we pull one out of our
Oh,
arse.
yeah. We'll knock off the occasional top-of-the-table team.
And it makes it all the more special.
Exactly. What have you got for us this morning, Garlo?
Well, basically, as you said, Adam, I feel like I can empathise with you guys a little. You're going through a career transition, and while it's all very exciting and fantastic, I think it's important that you guys realise there's a few places you guys might end up in 12 months' time that might not be as, I suppose, successful as you've been now. I mean,
really?
You've had a fantastic run, amazing radio show over the last, how many years?
5 years, mate.
Yeah.
And, you've got to take responsibility for your actions. As Alf Matthews would say, if it ain't broke... why change it? And you guys are taking a bit of a risk here, so let's just look at a few things that might happen to you guys in the next 12 months.
You're preparing, in the same way you have to prepare for life after footy, you're preparing us for life after radio.
Well, just possibilities, I suppose. Just so you know what you're leaving and what you could be going into.
Episode 10 of The Weather. Townsville fine in 31, Brisbane mostly fine in 26.
Adam takes his passion for the charity tennis event to the next level after agreeing to coach Leighton Hewitt. After removing Lele's parents from the entourage, rumours abound about whether this is purely a coach-player relationship when cries of "come on" are reportedly heard from hotel rooms around the world.
That's not true. Adam
Mate.
doesn't look anything like Leighton. He's not his type.
I'd take it if it was offered. Newcastle mostly fine in
Change
24.
of ends, Mr. Spencer. Change of ends.
Sydney bracing
It was in.
itself.
I swear it was in.
Sydney, where Girling will be playing live at Manning Bar tomorrow morning from 6, fine and 24.
Will vehemently denies that he sold out just because he signs with a rival commercial station and drives around town in a rock patrol giving out CDs and icy cold cans of Coke between Battle of the Sexes competitions.
Hey, you've been tapping my phone calls, Carlo.
Canberra dry in 26, Hobart fine and 18.
Organisers of Australian Idol decide that host James Matheson's extreme eyebrows are just alienating too many viewers and replacing with none other than our own Adam Spencer.
There you go. Adelaide fine and 33.
Isn't that a goggle eye swap?
I can actually, we did this at one of our live shows. I can hold my eyes open longer than James Matheson. Adelaide fine and 33, Perth showers and 23.
Will comes a close second to Paul McDermott in the final of the second series of the Dancing with the Stars. Other guests include Nicky Webster, Mark Holden and Bruce Samazan.
Darwin, afternoon.
Kick Bruce's ass, though.
Afternoon storm and 34. Alice Springs fine and 36.
Desperate for a regular gig, Adam anchors Australia's version of the Naked News until a feature story on history's great mathematician sees him clearly show the nation how much he really enjoys multiplication.
Melbourne fine and 28. Our final possible career direction.
Will puts his boyish good looks to use by hitting the catwalk with other serial celebrity fashion parade sluts, Michael Klim, Grant Hackett, Jo Beth Taylor, and a human turtleneck himself, Jeff Skippy Hugel.
The human turtleneck.
Mate, those guys, have you ever noticed how often those guys, swimming guys, are in those fashion parades? It's ridiculous.
Garlo goes out swinging.
Man, you were wasted on footy. You missed your true calling.
It is 22 past 7. Thanks so much for all the laughs, Garlo.
Not a problem.
Thanks for being part of the show,
yourself.
mate. It's
Thanks
been a
very
real
much.
pleasure having you.
23 past 7 on Triple G. Here's Ben Lee. Gamble everything for love. Josh Canal up next with a look at this day in history.
Gamble everything for love, gamble everything, put it in a place you keep what you need. You can gamble everything for love if you're free, you gotta gamble everything for love. Baby, are you cold, baby, I can wrap you up in my love. If you want it, you can gamble everything for love. If you want it, you can gamble everything for love. Tell me, are you feeling lost? Have you crossed into places that you never knew to get through? Tell me, are you gonna cry all night? Tell me the truth and I'll tell you the truth. If you gamble everything for love, you're gonna be alright. Alright. Make a list of things you need, leave it empty except for number one, right love. Gamble everything, keep it under lock and key. If you want it, you can gamble everything for love. Love me with an open heart, tell me anything. We can find a place to start to gamble everything. We can set this thing apart, cause we're gonna gamble everything for love. Tell me, do you lose your way each day? Are there people you don't recognize, do they lie? Tell me, do they make you feel too real? Tell me the truth and I'll tell you the truth. If you gamble everything for love, you're gonna be alright. Alright. Ooh, you can go your own way. Ooh, you can go your own way. Ooh, you gotta go your own way. If you gamble everything for love, if you gamble everything for love, gamble everything for love, gamble everything, put it in a place you keep what you need. You can gamble everything for love if you're free, you gotta gamble everything for love. Tell me, are you getting hurt, is it worth it? Tell me, are the people strange, do they change? Tell me, are you letting go, do you know? I'll tell you the truth if you tell me the truth. If you gamble everything for love, if you gamble everything for love, if you gamble
It is 26 past 7 on the Jays. We're doing a special guest at a special time with their special theme.
This is one of my favourite bits of history ever. A rotting grey whale. They blow it up.
Beautiful. 26 past 7 on the Jays. A lot of people want to be familiar with this segment at this time of day. We normally do it before 7 o'clock. Josh Canal takes us on this day through history. It's at the special time on the special day of Thursday at 27 past 7. How are you going this morning, Josh?
Oh, I'm not bad. What I like about this, guys, is that you've finally admitted that I've got cult status.
Yeah.
And much like Channel 7 with a cult status show, you've put me on at a different day, later time slot.
Much like Channel 10 with the Cooks.
Yeah.
Exactly like Channel 10 with the Cooks.
Yeah,
Cult status.
You're our version of Joss Whedon's Firefly.
Yeah.
Hey, and wouldn't I just love to be?
Except that we're actually not doing this episode out of order.
Yeah. You're almost like our final episode of Friends.
Yeah.
We were going to push you back several years, but we have to go with it now. What does this date in history, the 25th of November, represent, Josh Canal?
Oh, what a huge day in history. Huge day. 1984, 36 of Britain and Ireland's top pop musicians got together to Do They Know It's Christmas?
Oh.
That was to raise money for drought relief and stuff in Ethiopia, wasn't it?
Ethiopia.
Of course, the irony is that many of the artists involved in that project now need the money themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, and
actually some Ethiopians are putting together a tribute album
really?
for Midge-Ure.
Oh, great.
Yeah, just to help Midge out. It's Uraid.
Nice.
And Marilyn.
That's right.
Who remembers Marilyn?
Oh, wasn't he a gender bender?
Oh, yes.
Who once had sex with Gavin Rossdale, but that's another old story.
And didn't he once punch on with Darren Hinch as well?
Yeah, I think so. What else happened on this day, Joshy?
Bless Marilyn. Well, 1834, going all the way back to New York City, 1834, Delmonico's, one of the finest restaurants there, provided a meal of soup, steak, coffee, and half a pie for 12 cents. And I think for an extra $1.50 you could have it all cooked.
Really?
Yeah.
12 cents. But that was a rip-off back those days, because in those days the average weekly wage was 15 cents.
Exactly.
That was bullshit. 12 cents?
Well, and still, leaving a 10% tip, got to leave, 1.2 cents.
What did they do with the other half of the pie?
I don't know.
It's weird.
It was a part of their big. It was their Delmonico's meal deal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was their value.
Could you upsize and get the whole pie?
Yeah, totally.
That's all right then.
I'm also just glad there are commas between all those words, because I wouldn't like the idea of a 12-cent soup steak coffee.
That's a good point. Josh, what else on this day, mate?
Well, this is excellent. It's it's beautiful. It's love. It's politics.
Mm-hmm.
It marks the beginning of the end of the Cold War. This is what really brought down the Berlin Wall. This bit of history in 1988, US International Master and Soviet Grandmaster of Chess, Donaldson and Akhmilovskaya, got married.
Really?
Oh.
Yes.
Well, it'd be like a chess game, wouldn't it? Because he'd be wearing black, she'd be wearing white.
Exactly.
It'd be great. When they walk down the aisle, they walk 2 steps and then one to the side, 2 steps and one to the side.
Exactly. He gets her into mate. She's got no way out.
Yeah. You may now take the queen.
Oh, great stuff.
Instead of saying I do, they say checkmate.
Chess wedding. and then they went off and fianchettoed, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, the honeymoon was full of pawns.
The long diagonal.
Do you have a celebrity birthday on this day?
Top 10 grossing box office obscurity point. That's the sound
I'm guessing his line just dropped out.
I'm guessing we booked the line till exactly 7:30. Great work. Liquid radio, people. Somewhere in a room in Melbourne, Josh Canal's saying something very funny at the moment. Probably about someone who had a very minor role in a film in the early 1980s. Picture it. It's gone. We've got the news headlines up next on the Jays.
One more show.
Current affairs, Triple J style.
While I was in Cambodia, I worked in a landmines aid centre.
So you would have seen some terrible stuff.
Well, that's the thing. The story that I heard that sums it up is of a boy who was playing in the field with his 2 little brothers, and he stepped on a landmine and it blew off both his legs. And then his 2 little brothers ran for help, but they both trod on landmines and were killed, and he had to crawl into the village to try to find help. It was those stories which shocked me, but it was also the people I met at the aid centre who were trying to do something about landmines.
Hat with Steve Kinane, 5:30 weeknights on Triple J.
Time Patrick with Triple J News headlines. A report's predicted Australia's ageing population will cost the economy more than $2,000 billion over the next 40 years. The Ukrainian opposition leader has called for a national strike in protest against the former winner of the country's presidential election. The Queensland Police Commissioner has asked Palm Island residents in North Queensland to have faith and confidence in an inquiry into the death of a man taken into custody on Friday. The Wallabies have made 3 injury and forced team changes ahead of its match against England this weekend, and a US survey has found that nearly 1 in 4 Americans who get on a plane over the holiday season hope to sit next to a person who could be their future date or spouse. 30% said they'd most like to sit next to Oprah Winfrey on a cross-country flight.
Does that mean that a lot of Americans want to shag Oprah Winfrey?
1 in 4 Americans. 30% of 1 in 4 Americans. That's about 7% of all Americans.
Want to put the O back in Oprah?
Want to marry Oprah Winfrey.
Really? They want to Phil, Dr. Phil style, if you know what I'm saying.
That is bizarre.
There must be skinny Oprah they want to sit next to on a plane too.
Yeah.
Because old fat Oprah. Well, she'd be leaning over into your seat.
Although, apparently, she was more popular when she had the weight on.
But not to sit next to on a plane.
Well, if you've got the adjustable armrest and you pull it up and you're sitting next to fat Oprah, she just becomes like a big cushion.
Right.
But she'd be in
probably
first
actually
class
quite
anyway.
comfy.
Oh, yeah, she would be in first. Is that the deal?
Yeah.
I'd like to sit next to Oprah because that means I'll be sitting up the front of the plane.
Probably the bloody pilot. Oprah would sit so far up the front of the plane.
I'd like to sit next to John Travolta.
Sure.
In the cockpit.
27-8 on the Jays. Thank you very much,
Hey,
Patrick.
Oprah, after this flight, your ankles will be here and here.
It's now around this time tomorrow at the Manning Bar at University of Sydney.
Breathe into this, Oprah.
During our final ever radio show that you'll be doing your dance off. You're taking on Dools and a member of the studio audience, live audience there, who think they can shake their booty alongside you and Dools. Dools come up to you yesterday and threw down the challenge. It's on?
He threw, it's on, it's happening. Although I'm a little worried now.
Why?
Because you know his girlfriend's a bit of a dancer as well.
Oh.
So you think
She
he's
might be
getting
getting
training?
him, some tips, I reckon.
You went to hip-hop dancing school with that guy who tried to crack onto you, so it's all good.
But she's like the ballet dancer from...
Yeah, well, there's no ballet. We're not doing ballet.
No way, we're not doing ballet.
We're not doing Swan Lake in this
Mate, if he
dance-off.
does a demi-plie, he's out of there.
Yeah, I've seen Swan Lake. There's no robot.
27-8 on the Jays. Here's Bright Eyes. Track called Take It Easy. Give us a call, 1-800-055536 if you're 8 years old and can tell a joke. Jasper's joke off is up soon.
Hands, then with your mouth, a downpour of sweat, damp cotton clouds. I was a fool, you were my friend. We made it happen. You took off your clothes, left on the light. You stood there so brave, you used to be shy. Each feature improved, each movement refined, and eyes like a showroom. Now they're spreading out the blankets on the beach. Oh, that weatherman's alive. He said it'd be raining, but it's clear and blue as far as I can see. Left by the lamp right next to the bed, on a cartoon cap pad, she scratched with a pen. Everything is as it's always been. This never happened. Don't take it too bad, it's nothing you did. Just once something dies, you can't make it live. You're a beautiful boy, you're a sweet little kid, but I am a woman. I lay back down, wrap myself up in the sheet, and I must have looked like a ghost, 'cause something frightened me. And I've been so good at vanishing. Now I do as I please, and I lie through my teeth. Someone might get hurt, but it won't be me. I should probably feel cheap, but I just feel free and a little bit empty. No, it isn't so hard to get close to me. There'll be no arguments, we'll always agree. And I'll try to be kind when I ask you to leave. We'll both take it easy. If you stay too long inside my memory, I will trap you in a song tied to a melody, and I'll keep you there so
Triple J's Gig Guide. Ladyfest has been celebrating and showcasing talented chicks round the world for years. And for the ladies of Adelaide, your turn's coming from the 1st to the 8th of December. Ladyfest Adelaide is a blitz of films, seminars, gigs, workshops and lots more to highlight women's creativity and achievements in all the arts. Catch gigs from Trey, Gorgeous, Origami and King Daddy. Some are all ages gigs too. And guys, don't feel too inadequate. You're also welcome. Chicks do rule though, especially at Ladyfest Adelaide.
For more info, head to the Gig Guide at triplej.net.au.
It is 23 to 8 on the Jays. Adam and Will with you. We've got our favourite guest in the world here on the radio this morning, 8-year-old Jasper. How you going, Jasper?
Good.
Now, the last few weeks, we've done a new bit of the show called Jasper's Jokes, where Jasper comes in with an absolutely ripper gag, tells it, and everyone just rolls around laughing for the rest of the day, Jasper.
Makes them happy, Jasper.
That's how funny your stuff is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's good. You bring a bit of happiness to people.
Lots of. You're very popular. You've got a lot of fans out there. Has it changed your life?
A little bit.
Yeah, I understand. But you're still you're keeping it real. Like, you're still the same old Jasper, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you haven't like made mum and dad not look you in the eye or like look after you at home or buy you stuff because you're famous now, have you?
Do you still do the washing up? Do you still tidy your room, or do you go, Mum, I'm busy writing my jokes?
I'm a celebrity, Mum.
No, I still do all my chores.
Good work.
Do you go to like movie openings and stuff and hang out with other celebrities like, you know, Tom Cruise and people like that?
Not allowed to do it until I'm 18.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good general rule,
point.
Jasper.
That is a good rule.
Now, what we're going to do here is get some other 8-year-olds to say some jokes. We're going to chat with them. You're going to say if you think the jokes are funny or not. Then you can throw the final joke in, okay? Is that good? First up, we've got Max on the line. Max, how are you going?
Good.
That is good. Why don't you say hello to Jasper?
Hey, Jasper.
How you going, Jasper? Say hello to Max.
Hi, Max.
What's your joke, Max?
What do you call a whale with no undies?
What do you call a whale with no undies? What do you call it, Max?
Free Willy.
Free Willy. Do you like that, Jasper?
Little bit.
Little
bit.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you very much, Max.
Free Willy, Max.
We've got Jack from Coffs Harbour on the line. How you going, Jack?
Good.
What's your say hello to Jasper?
Hi, Jasper.
Hi.
What's your joke, Jack?
How did you get Pokemon onto the bus?
How do you get Pokemon onto the bus? How do you, Jack?
Oh, I meant, how do you get... Oh, I forgot.
Don't panic, Jack.
no,
Don't
Jack.
panic.
It'll be all right, mate.
Can you do the joke?
How do you get Pikachu on the bus?
How do you get Pikachu on the bus, Jack?
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Oh, your Pokemon.
What did you think, Jasper? He sort of stuffed that up a bit, didn't he?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice to stuff up.
Then he got back, didn't he?
He recovered from the stuff up. It's all right to stuff up occasionally, isn't it?
Good on you, Jack. Have a good day.
Yeah.
We've got Caleb on the line from Wagga. How you going, Caleb?
I'm good.
That is good. Now, you sound confident, Caleb. Yeah? You excited?
Yep.
Excellent. Say hello to Jasper for us.
Hi, Jasper.
Hi.
You two sound like you're getting on all right. Oh!
Is Caleb your new boyfriend, Jasper?
Might we see a bit of Caleb and Jasper sitting in the tree?
Kissing.
First comes love, Caleb. Then comes marriage. Then comes a little baby in a carriage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Caleb's heard it all before. Tell us your joke, Caleb. What have you got for us?
Doctor, I'm really nervous. I've never had an operation before. I know how you feel. I've never done one.
That's good. I like that. What'd you think, Jasper?
Good.
Yeah, okay. We'll keep you like. I think your boyfriend's leading at the moment.
Jasper's more the Marsha, isn't she, of judging this?
Yeah,
she's always very positive.
Isn't she?
She's not a hanging judge like Dicko.
We've got Inoni from Melbourne on the line. How you going, Inoni?
I'm good.
What is your Jasper joke this morning?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Gizza.
Gizza who?
Gives a kiss.
Oh! Here's a kiss.
You like that, Jasper? You could say that joke to Caleb, couldn't you?
I remembered it.
I'm getting nothing. Thank you, Inoni. We've got Rachel from the line. How you going, Rachel?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's your Jasper joke?
Well, a guy walks into a doctor's surgery dressed in cling wrap, and the doctor turns to him and goes, "Well, I can clearly see your nuts."
Cling wrap? I can clearly see your nuts.
Wow, that's a bit rude.
Because you did a nuts joke.
That's a bit rude, isn't it, Jasper?
Do you remember your joke about the steering wheel down the pants, Jasper?
Yes.
What? Can you tell us that joke? Guy goes into the doctor's with a steering wheel down his pants?
I remember my one. This guy,
And then the doctor says,
this guy walks into a bar and the bartender says, "Hey mate, you've got a steering wheel down your pants." And the bartender says, "I know, it's driving me nuts."
Bang!
Driving me nuts.
That's not bad.
Yeah, she's good.
Okay, we'll have a quick joke from Lachlan's only 7. How you going, Lachlan?
Hi. What's the hottest place in the jungle?
What is the hottest place in the jungle, Lachlan?
Under a griller.
Under griller. Under a griller. You see, Jasper, because it's gorilla or the griller in your oven. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think?
Whatever.
Yeah? Oh, sorry, Lachlan. You've been barred. Gee, you're very
Come
hard.
back when you're 8, mate.
We've got Joy. Yeah, those 7-year-olds who think they're funny.
You're so immature.
So lame, isn't it?
So immature.
God, he was so 7. Jordan, how you going?
Good.
What's your joke for Jasper?
What do you call a person who rolls in the mud twice, then crosses the road twice?
What do you call a person who rolls in the mud twice, then crosses the road? Jasper's think. Can you think? Do you know what it is, Jasper? What is it, Jordan?
What is it?
A dirty double crosser.
Dirty dog.
Nice. That's good. Oh, Jasper like that one. You got to clap.
What do you think?
You got to clap.
I think that's our best joke so far. What do you think, Jasper? Yeah. Nice work, Jordan. You're in front now. Jasper, have you got a joke for us?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Here's Jasper's final joke. Take it away, Jasper.
What happened to the man who didn't pay for his exorcism?
What happened to the man who didn't pay for his exorcism?
I don't know. What happened?
He was repossessed.
That's nice.
That's gold.
Great
Beautifully told.
Thank you very much. Look, Caleb, thanks for your joke.
That's all right.
Have yourself a good day. Go kiss all the girls, okay?
Oh.
And we've got Jordan. You won Jasper's jokes. You had the best joke today. Congratulations, mate.
Thanks.
That's all right. We'll put you on hold and give you a T-shirt, okay?
Thanks.
That's no trouble at all. See, he's very minimal off stage. On stage, he nails it, but then it's just the tears of the clown. He's very introspective, Jordan.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's tortured.
Now, what are you going to do today, Jasper?
Go to school? You got school today?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to go to school, you're going to blow it off and go and play the pennies.
Go to school.
Oh, you thought about
good
it.
message for the kids.
Exactly.
That's what we like.
Have a great day, Jasper. Thanks for doing all the jokes for us.
That's okay.
We're going to miss
It's been
you.
awesome to have you part of our show.
When we finish on the radio, we're going to miss you, Jasper.
I'm going to miss you too.
Oh. Not as much as Caleb, your new boyfriend, yeah?
No.
Okay. Friends will rhyme on Triple J and the hippie song.
You taught me to realign my chakra, speak to my inner consciousness, made me listen to John Butler and other rubbish that bored me to shit. You wanted to move up the north coast where everything is so much better, where you can play champagnes on the beach. I used to get mad, I used to get angry, I used to hate everyone I met. You taught me love, you showed me kindness, you painted flowers on my face, and that gave me the shit. But I hated them, but it taught me a valuable lesson too. Now I love everyone but you. I love everyone but we had mushrooms in the morning. I was brain dead for eternity. I took my clothes off, you didn't like that, and neither did the checkout chicken calls. I tried to bash the store security. I used to get mad, I used to get angry, I used to be cynical, I know. You showed me love, you taught me yoga, you threw the fire around my head, and that gave me the shit. But I hated them, but it taught me a valuable lesson too. Now I love everyone but you. I love everyone but you. You won't make me live with no shoes. Now I love everyone but you. Now every full moon I think of last year, and when we went to the bush to party, and how the acid made the music worse. I know she had a good heart when she stood in front of trees, but she talked out her eyes, she could see in my aura turning bad. And that gave me the shit, like I had it then. Everyone else I know thanks you. Now I love everyone but
13 to 8 on the Jays. Frenzal Rom and Hippie Song. Where can you catch Frenzal Rom playing live tomorrow, DJ Will?
I don't know. I'm going to have to check the local street press.
No, you don't.
Oh, hang on. No,
there
they're playing
you
at
go.
a live show at Sydney University, the Manning Bar. It's a big day of live music. The Cops are playing, Girling are playing, and Frenzal are playing.
We got to design our own. It's our final radio show at Adam and Will Breakfast on Triple J ever. We went, well, let's get 3 rockin' bands to have some fun. The Cops, they're the future of Australian music.
Yep.
They're the Michael Clark of the Australian music scene. Girling, tried and tested performers. They're like your Shane Warne, a little bit out there, a little bit edgy. Frenzal Rom, they ooze class for mine.
Really?
Oh, Jay and Lindsay from Frenzal Rom are like Matthew Hayden and Justin Langer. Just
solid openers.
Bankable class. And so we're sending the openers in at the very end of the show.
I was trying to get Sunday Bloody Sunday, the Australian U2 experience for you.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
I know you love U2
Yeah,
and cover bands.
I'd love if we were ever going to have a U2 cover band on the show, I'd love it to be the last time I was ever on air. In fact, if we ever had a U2 band on the show, it would be the last time I was ever on air. 12 to 8 on the Jays. What we're going to do here, before we do episode 9, would you believe it, of the weather, is go back and finish off Josh Canal's On This Day segment that was tragically cut short at 7:30. How are you, Josh?
Oh, not bad. I just misunderstood. I heard the cops were coming in.
Right.
And I've gone on the lam.
Oh, okay. Now, we were at the point of a celebrity birthday top 10 grossing movie hit mega thing on this day in history, the 25th of November. Give us something.
Celebrity birthday?
Yep.
Someone to put the Hilton sisters to shame.
Ooh. What year were they born?
1981.
That makes them 23, so too old to be Shannon Doherty.
Lindsay Lohan.
No, she's only about 18.
Yeah. I'll give you a clue.
Yep.
Twins.
Twins?
The Olsens.
No,
they're too young.
Skanky
Bros.
twins, though.
Skanky guys or girls?
Girls.
Skanky girls twins, 23 today.
The Blakely twins. No, they'd
No.
be
No,
about
too
53.
American?
Yes.
The Barbie twins.
Too old, too plastic.
I don't know how old they are. It's hard to carbon date the Barbie twins.
Skanky twins who are 23 years old.
Twins. Skanky twins. B1 and B2.
Give it to us, Josh.
You're so close. Barbara and Jenna Bush.
Oh, the Bushes.
Oh, really?
My God, wouldn't this be a huge night for drinking and cocaine tonight? in the Bush household?
Wouldn't they be getting off with the
There
man?
would be bigger white lines there are around the SCG on Grand Final Day. Seriously. The Bush twins. Finally legal.
And I've also got a lesson learnt from all the history that we've done this year.
Okay. Oh, gosh, all right.
One major lesson learnt.
Which is?
Martin Lawrence is poison.
Yes.
Poison.
It has been your bandwagon, hasn't it?
Oh, he should never make films. Poison.
Thank you very much, Josh.
Big Mama's
Canal.
house. What about Big Mama's house?
It is 10 to 8 on the Jays.
What about Bad Boys 1 and 2?
I've got to go.
Episode 9 of the weather.
Come on.
Thank you very much, Josh Canal. Townsville fine at 31. Brisbane mostly fine at 26. Newcastle mostly fine at 24. Sydney bracing itself for Anna Corrin live. Channel 7 news reporter Anna Corrin is live, and I'll be doing one of my top 10 things that I had to do this year, making lamb chops and gravy for Anna Corrin, and dropping a bombshell towards the end of the show. Fine at 24 in Sydney today. Canberra dry in 26. Hobart fine at 18. Adelaide fine at 33. Perth showers in 23. Darwin an afternoon storm at 34. Alice Springs fine at 36. Melbourne fine at 28. We've got a guest in now at 9 to 8 on Triple J who's never been on our show before.
Yes, she has.
Have you?
Yeah, remember.
Oh, okay.
But before she worked here.
Giving me the finger.
I remember.
Oh, well, yeah. But I mean, since...
And I'm not sure I was even in that day, was
no,
I?
exactly. MC Maya Jupiter, how are you this morning, Maya?
I'm good. How are you?
Very, very well.
I was never invited for the record.
Oh, you just came in?
Yes, no, I mean before.
Oh,
since I've been working
It's an
here.
open door policy for you.
An open door thing. You have to tell me.
You have to tell someone the door is open.
Your show is just jam packed with a million things.
We would at the end.
We'd like to make it sound like that. Really, we've got nothing.
At 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock every morning, we'd sit and look back on the show and go,
"Yeah,
Maya
Maya didn't come again."
No,
she really doesn't like us.
You don't think of me.
Yeah.
We don't stop thinking about you Aussie hip hop queen.
Every time I hear one of your promos where you say "What's up, Maya Jupiter,"
Which we honestly
it sounds like Australia's fastest growing game show.
It's got to be a
It's gonna be a
segment.
series of people just going, I don't know, a chicken.
Yeah, is it metallic? Yes, no, sorry, you're out.
All right, is it bigger than my fist?
I say I'm Maya Jupiter. I don't say
You used to say, what's up, Maya Jupiter?
Maya Jupiter here.
Yeah.
That's Mark making me do that.
What
I'm
can-
going to change that now.
What can you hear up Maya Jupiter? That's another game. Okay. It's like a secret sound.
As long as it's not an echo.
That's bizarre.
Only you guys would think of it in that twisted way.
Well, yeah.
Every morning I would hear, what's up, Maya Jupiter? And I think, I don't know, is it my turn to guess?
Exactly. It's a bizarre
How
secret
rude.
sound webcam thing.
So now you tell me. You
Yeah.
wait till the end of the year.
Now, I was going to go hope it was going to be like a magic show.
Yeah.
And that at some stage there'd be a webcam thing and some guy would be pulling out like a white bunny,
Sure.
a bunch
you
of
go.
flowers.
There you go.
You never know.
What? Don't you?
Anything's possible. That's a good idea for next year.
I can't believe she hasn't come in before this.
Don't you wish you came in more often on the show? What's going down over the big end of year break for you in the world of Aussie hip hop, Maya Jupiter?
Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to enjoy the summer.
Yeah.
Summertime. There's not... I don't...
Is it a big time for releases of Aussie hip hop in the summertime?
Not really. I mean, Muff and Platonic have just released that album,
Haven't they?
which is heaps good.
Heaps good.
It's heaps good.
Hunger Pains just came out. But, no, I think it's kind of a general break between everyone. Everyone just goes
Because there's a
on
couple of
holiday.
different styles of Aussie hip. Well, there's lots of different styles, obviously, but
Yeah.
there is one particular style of Aussie hip hop that's really captured my attention, and that's the one that just tells kind of stories about what you do. Like, you know, that sort of Aussie hip hop you hear occasionally, which is kind of like, I went down the shops and I bought a sausage roll. Summer's the time for that hip hop.
Went back to my house, called my girlfriend a mole.
Yeah, exactly. You can have your sort of edgy, interesting, you know, groundbreaking hip hop. I reckon February through November, but December and January should just be the time when I went to the beach and I put on some Latan. Who's the man? Like that sort of hip hop.
Right.
Can we just do that?
I think it's obvious where Will's going after he finishes on the radio.
That'll sell.
It's gotta be
MC
Will.
Thorne and Will.
It's going to be Will, Muff and Plutonic.
Exactly.
Not quite as heaps good as it used to be.
Now, can people still catch your show over the summer? What's happening with the
Yeah.
hip hop show?
Basically, I just go on break for 2 weeks, but I'll be doing the 10 p.m. till 1 a.m. shift over the last week of the year and the beginning of first week of next year.
Whoa.
So during that break, I'll still be on. It'll be quite strange, but yeah.
Oh, so you'll be doing, will you be in 2 shows?
5 days a week?
Yeah.
Wow.
Last week of the year and the first week. Well, you guys all piss off.
Well, this is the
I'll
thing.
be
You get
there.
to you've got to sample a little bit across the station now, haven't you? Because I know you've filled in for super requests and like doing the mornings and that sort of thing. Because I mean, I've realistically in the 5 years I've been here only done this shift.
Yeah.
I have no idea what else happens.
Let's be honest,
Well, we don't
often you
see
haven't
you
even done that.
after.
Let's be honest.
Well, this is the thing. We don't even see you. Like, I come in about 10:30 or 11 and you're gone.
Damn straight. And you could come in an hour earlier and you still wouldn't see me, I've got to be honest. But is it one of those things, is there any show on the station, if you could just host it for one day?
Hello.
Like, you know, it could be, you know, Roots and all. It doesn't matter what it is, but is there one show just for one day you'd love to just step
Bit
in
of
the
heavy
shoes?
metal Maya.
Yeah, it might be, you know, a J-Files. It might be, you know, it might be Roy Nature. You might want to be Roy and Maya for the day. Is there a show that you'd like to step into?
This one is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. The novelty of that doesn't wear off at all. Give me your home number. I'll call you at 4:20 tomorrow morning.
Okay.
We can talk for as long as you want about how cool this show is.
3 hours. Okay, sure. No
Thank you
worries.
very much, Maya Jupiter. 5 to 8 on the Jays.
When the Hilltop Hoods album, The Calling, arrived last year, it helped define Australian hip-hop.
Jump with us, down the front if it's your flavour. Your flavour, come get drunk with us.
One of the barriers for Aussie hip-hop was the accent, and now that that record's out there, you know, people coming through, maybe, you know, that barrier's already sort of been dealt with for them in a way, you know, not just by us, but well, hopefully we're contributing to that.
Catch the making of the Hilltop Hoods album, The Calling, a J-Files special, this Saturday at 5 on Triple J.
It is 4 to 8 on the Jays. After 8 o'clock, Pitch Rich, the last time ever, the grand poobah of Ha Ha comes in and sorts out our career.
Yeah, if you want to cast Adam and Will in a show, it can be an existing show, or you've got a new concept.
What can we do? Where can we go? 1-800-055536. 1-800-055536 is William Shatner.
She said, fine. And in 30 seconds time, she said, I want to live like common people. I want to do whatever common people do. I want to sleep with common people. I want to sleep with common people like you. Well, what else could I do? I said, I'll see what I can do. I took her to a supermarket. I don't know why, but I had to start it somewhere. So it started there. I said, pretend you've got no money. She just laughed and said, oh, you're so funny. I said, yeah? Well, I can't see anyone else smiling in here. Are you sure? You want to live like common people? You want to see whatever common people see? You want to sleep with common people? You want to sleep with common people like me? But she didn't understand.
She just smiled and held my hand. Went to Plaza Barber Shop, cut your hair and get a job, smoke some fags and play some pool, pretend you never went to school, but still you'll never get it right when you're lying in bed at night, watching roaches climb the wall. If you called your dad, he could stop it all here.
You'll never live like common people. You'll never do whatever common people do. You'll never fail like common people. You'll never watch your life slide out of you and dance and drink and screw because there's nothing else to do.
Like a dog lying in a corner, they'll bite you and never warn you. Look out.
They'll tear your insides out because everybody hates a tourist.
Everybody hates a tourist, especially one who thinks it's all such a laugh.
Yeah, and the chip stains grease will come out in the bath.
You will never understand how it feels to live your life with no meaning or control,
and with nowhere left to go. You're amazed that they exist, and they burn so bright while you can only wonder why. Went to Plaza Barber Shop, cut your hair, get a job, smoke some fags and play some pool, pretend you never went to school, but still you'll never get it right, because when you're laid in bed at night, watching roaches climb the wall, if you called your dad, he could stop it all, yeah. You'll never live like common people. You'll never do what common people do. You'll never fail like common people. You'll never watch your life slide out of you and dance and drink and screw because there's nothing else to do.
Hi, Rhianna Patrick with Triple J News. The Justice for Refugees group has warned that tensions at South Australia's Baxter Detention Centre are at breaking point. The Immigration Department says it appears one male detainee tried to give himself an electric shock earlier this week. The group's spokesman, Don McMaster.
There seems to be a high level of anxiety and tension mounting inside the detention centre, mainly from the issue around deportation, issues around overcrowding, and I think it's just an anxiety that's growing about the unknown, the uncertainty of the position that the detainees have been placed in.
The UN's nuclear watchdog has given the go-ahead to Brazil to start up its uranium enrichment plant this year. The government insists the material will be used for peaceful purposes and won't be used for weapons. The former Prime Minister, Bob Hawke, says the Labor Party shouldn't be distancing themselves from the trade union movement.
I believe that the leaders of our Labor Party should be talking about these things. They should not be in any sense saying, we're a little bit worried about our relationship with the trade union movement. They should be going out there and saying these are the things that the trade union movement has done to create the quality of Australia today, and we are proud to be associated with them.
Speaking in Sydney last night, Mr Hawke says no other non-government organisation has made such a lasting contribution to the character and well-being of Australia, and Labor Party leaders should be getting that message out. A new report predicts Australia's ageing population will cost the economy more than $2,000 billion over the next 40 years. The Productivity Commission's draft report says the cost of healthcare will pose one of the biggest risks to financial stability in the future. The Commission says increased taxes will be needed to meet budget shortfalls. Police on the Gold Coast arrested 40 people during the Schoolies Festival last night, with many of the offenders school leavers. Most were charged with public nuisance and being drunk and disorderly. Meanwhile, Queensland's Fair Trading Minister says schoolies should expect to see their bond back within 48 hours if they haven't damaged anything and should be present during the landlord's inspection. At least 13 people, including 3 children, have been killed in Indonesia's central Java province when the overloaded truck they were travelling in was rammed by a bus. To sport, and the English cricket team's tour of Zimbabwe is in doubt because of the government's decision to ban British media from covering the tour, which was to start tomorrow. The media blackout has prompted the English Cricket Board to ask the International Cricket Council whether it has acceptable grounds to cancel the tour. Under ICC rules, tours can only be cancelled on the advice of a government or because of security fears. And the Wallabies have made 3 injury-enforced changes to their starting lineup for their game against England this weekend. Triple J.
Triple J live music.
This is Triple J. Thank you for your ears. We are Upshot. I thought I was losing you, but I'm just losing my head. Come on.
Upshot following Coolism. An hour of live Aussie hip-hop, 5 o'clock Sunday afternoon on Triple J.
Gonna hold you, hold you till your dying day. I'm gonna make you wish you never gone away. I'm there beside you every day, and through the night time too. And you can't get away, no, you can't get away. I'm gonna hold you, no matter where you try and hide. No one will want you, just never keep you satisfied. So softly I remind you of the ways you let me down. And you can't get away, no, you can't get away. You'd never leave me, and I would always be the one. You played me for a fool, and please believe me, you'll pay for what you've done. Gonna hold you, hold you till your dying day. Gonna make you wish you never gone away. I'm there beside you every day, and through the night time too. And you can't get away, no, you can't get away. I'm gonna hold you, I'm gonna hold you.
It is 8:06 on the J's. Adam and Will with you. The Grand Poobah of Ha-Ha, Richard Fidler's here, and he is breaking the studio up. He's turned up Will's volume. That's Will's, not yours. Fidler. He's on our last ever studio show, he's gone, bugger it, I'm going to crash this place. He's gone wild. He's the madman. If he doesn't get his way.
You know what that moment was? I turned up the volume, poor old Will jumped out of his chair. It's like that moment when your dad's having a shower and Mum turns on the hot water and Dad screams at the other end of the house.
Exactly.
Was that one of those moments? Jesus Christ moments.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but I can hear this weird ringing.
Yeah. Well, it's like that moment when you, as a kid, walk into the kitchen and Mum and Dad and yes. Why, you've got a room, people.
Yeah.
8:07 on the J's. Poobah of Ha-Ha, Richard Fidler, how are you?
I'm well, I'm very excited. It's the last pitch, Rich. That's bringing a tear to my eye.
Sure.
I'm looking across at your buoyant, beaming faces here, and I can't believe, bugger it, this is the last time we're going to do it.
I know.
How sad.
Although we have syndicated it to New Zealand. We sold the concept. Over there, they're going to do Putch Rutch.
Putch Rutch.
But but it's pretty much the same concept.
But it really does go nicely. Now, the idea today is where to now for Will and I. You make all the decisions around here. I know you just move us around like chess pieces.
That's right. I'm looking 5 moves ahead where you guys can only see the stuff that's in front of you.
Exactly. Have you
You're
got
a
any
super coach.
Have you got any ideas for Will and I? Where could this all go for us?
Look, my brain's percolating at the moment. The first and most obvious thing, really, I mean, I know someone's going to suggest this straight off, is Lotto. Remember when they used to have the 2 blokes from the Gaming Commission and sit there at the desk?
Absolutely.
And and the hostess would say, here we got the 2 blokes from the Gaming Commission. And you don't actually have to say anything. All you got to do is nod.
Yep.
Nod. That's it. That's all you got to do. It's not a tough gig, that one.
No, exactly.
No.
Mate of
Except,
mine,
you know what the problem would be? If something went wrong, I would go to pieces.
Exactly. A mate of this is a true
I'd
story.
be fine when everything was coming down, the balls were coming out.
It's a true
If something
story.
went wrong, I'd be like a chicken with my head cut
A
off.
mate of mine who used to work in the New South Wales Department of Payroll and Tax actually did that job for a while.
Wow.
And there's 3 dudes on the night. 2 of them come with separate suitcases of the balls. The third one chooses by ballot which of the suitcases they'll use. And
It's like, seriously, this is like a Quentin Tarantino film.
It is totally. And then they all sit there and nothing ever happens. And one day they bounced all the balls in the machine and this ball sort of cupped up and just came out the chute and bounced off onto the floor. One of them calmly said, stop the machine, went up, got the ball, inspected it, put it back in and started again. And amongst the dudes who do the show, he was the hero because he was the guy. It's one of those. It's like you're a Marine. You're given all this training and then it just kicks in one day.
You just need to go to it.
He didn't wig out. Yeah, you'd lose it.
Yeah,
You'd
I'd be
panic.
like, oh no, I feel like I'm back in Bangkok all over again.
Exactly.
I think you'd be watching the ball tumble down and you go, oh, Christ, what's going to happen now?
Exactly. It's chaos.
It's exciting.
I'd be the guy just sniggering to the other guy going, 69.
The other idea I had was, you know how The Simpsons, they never get older in TV series, people don't get older?
Yeah.
Well, what about Bananas and Pajamas? What if they get older?
Right.
You guys could sort of do like a teenage
Nice.
Bananas and Pajamas where you sort of sit around saying, oh yeah, Daryl took my peel off and titted me off last night. And
I'll wait until it ripened.
Yeah.
You used me.
B. Will won't be coming down the stairs because he's punching cones upstairs on the balcony.
Yeah. B. Will's coming down the stairs and you're going to have to clean that up, young man.
Exactly. Okay, let's take a few calls from our listeners. These are ideas of where to for Adam and Will. 1-800 0553 if you'd like to pitch stuff to Rich. Tony from Canberra, what have you got for us?
I got a show for Will.
Yep.
It's called Order in the Glasshouse.
Right.
All right.
What's that involve?
It involves combining the idea behind order in the house and the glass house.
The review of the week in Parliament, done by Will and Husey.
That's right. So what you could do is you basically put a satirical spin on the
Nice.
order in the house because, it's a fairly dry show.
Sure.
And, you could have Dave Hughes impersonating a politician.
Great. What does the minister say? Yeah, whatever.
You know, the other way you could spin that is have that old guy who introduces it just sitting in front of the glass house giving a play-by-play sort of...
Analysing the glass
Analysing the glass house.
This week on the glass
It was a
house.
big week for Corinne when she revealed that she hadn't been titted off until she was 17.
There you go.
Because, I love the glass house, but it can be a bit highbrow and hard to follow sometimes.
Can't it?
I mean, you're up there in the clouds all the time. That bloke could bring it down to earth and just explain what's going on.
I know the ABC gets a lot of letters from angry pensioners going, I love the glass house, but dumb it down! Dumb it down for us!
Carly from Melbourne, pitch Rich.
Hi, I reckon that you and Will should do The Simple Life.
The Paris Hilton Nicole Richie show.
Nice.
Yeah, and you could be, the episode where they went to the nudist place and they had to dress up as maids. I reckon that would go down really well.
Can I just ask, Carly, as you picture Adam and Will, which one's Paris and which one's the Richie girl?
I reckon that you, Adam, would be Paris.
Thank you very much.
Because you're the slutty, brainless one.
Exactly, and you're the slutty, brainless, ugly one.
On heroin. On heroin. Lionel Richie's my dad.
Okay, yeah, good point. What do you think, Rich?
I don't care which one I'd be, except the more talented one. That's the one I'd be concerned to be.
Tough call.
That would be the tough call.
Oh, dear. David from Albury, what have you got for Adam and Will hereafter?
Boys, perhaps you could be dead bodies on CSI.
Dead bodies on CSI.
Yep.
Thanks, Dave.
On the Australian edition, CSI Adelaide. Yeah. I think that would be...
And, but they could step into that as a bit of a warm-up. They could do an opening sequence in 6 Feet Under.
There you go.
Severed in half by an elevator or something like that.
I'd like to be a dead body on a series of things.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't see you just as a dead body in CSI. I see you doing dead bodies all over the place.
Cameo.
Weekend at Will's.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's 12 past 8 on the Jays. Give us a call, 1-800-0556. Your last chance to punch Rutch. Here's Jay Maskus.
Better days, can't explain and I can't stay. Let's just make it go away. blame on me. I know there's something out there. After a while I get worn down. How much hope am I allowed? How much is there left out there? Not much. Everybody lets me down. All this time I never found. Everybody lets me down. Go outside and look around, but never quite sit on the ground. Till there's only better days. Can't explain and I can't stay. Please just make it go away. Everybody lets me down. All this time I've never found. Everybody lets me down. Go outside and look around. I never quite sit on the ground. Till there's only better days. Can't explain and I can't stay. Please just make it go away.
Jay Maskus. Everybody lets me down on Triple J. It's 8:15. Episode 8. 2 cubed of the weather.
I just need to point out too, just for the Jay Maskus thing, because it's something I get accused of by Amy all the time. When you sing Jay Maskus, you quite often will sing along in the studio.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jay Maskus is one of the few though where when you sing along, you don't just sing along, you do the voice.
Oh, yeah.
You know, with some artists, you'll just sing the song, but then
Yeah.
other artists, you actually think you are that person.
Here we go. I'll give you the last 10 seconds of a...
Your last 10 seconds isn't the
Yeah,
best
it's not
singing
yeah.
bit of it.
Yeah, go. Jay, you let me know. Okay, here we go. From the top.
Says it's only better days. I can't explain, but I can't say. Please just make it go away.
Then I start doing the drums.
It's so true though, but that you sing in that voice, Amy gets so mad because I do it to Pearl Jam.
Oh, really?
Like when I'm singing Pearl Jam, I sing as if I'm Eddie Vedder.
Oh, the swallowing thing.
And you also do it to Cosima. Which is weird. Episode 8 of the weather. Towns were fine in 31. Brisbane mostly fine in 26. Newcastle mostly fine in 24. Sydney bracing itself for the bombshell that I'm dropping. I'm dropping a bombshell on our last ever show after 8:30 tomorrow. Fine in 24 is in today. Canberra dry in 26. Hobart fine in 18. Adelaide fine in 33. Perth showers in 23. Second last show ever, Adam. Just keep pushing through. Darwin, it's still illegal, Adam. Don't do it. An afternoon storm in 34. Alice Springs fine in 36. Melbourne fine in 28 degrees. Scott Dools Dooley's up after 8:30 with the final ever episode of Are You Smarter Than Dools? Special super episode. You've come in to make a pitch for Adam and Will.
I have. I've got a show that you two can do cameos on.
Oh, what
and
is it,
Rich, this is a big one.
Okay.
Only Dools and Horses. Think about it.
Yes.
Based on the old British series from
Fools and
1920
Horses.
called Only Fools and Horses.
Only Dools and Horses.
I like it because it's high concept. You know,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you get the idea from the title.
And it's just... Yeah, exactly.
And no further explanation is really necessary.
No, what's it about? Oh, it's only Dools and Horses.
So where do we fit in?
Well, you guys could maybe dress
Play a
up as a
horse.
horse. Okay. And I could feed you some sugar cubes.
Which one gets to be the mouth and which one gets to be the arse?
That's
let's be honest.
We've spent 5 years on that, yeah.
Talk about that later?
Yeah, we might let you now go and concentrate on your quiz after
No, I'm
8:30.
studying.
Excellent. We've got Indiana on the line. Indiana, what is your pitch to Rich?
Good morning, boys.
Yep.
My pitch is an alternative show to Getaway that you can do called Not Getaway.
Not Getaway.
Yes.
Rather than have sort of resorts in the French Polynesia, have you stay for a week and show you all of the lights. You would come around to people's houses and show them how to have a mundane, boring holiday without leaving the home.
So it's like backyard blitz, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's how I'd spend a lazy 4 days at Gary's house.
Exactly. A hammock in the backyard.
Nice.
Rather than like an open pig on a spit or something like that, it's mashed potato.
And it's called Not Get Away.
Yeah, let's cross to Katrina, who's in Gary's shed.
Exactly. Thanks for your suggestion, Indiana. We've got Shelley from Melbourne on the line. Shelley, how you going?
Hi, good, thanks.
Pitch to Rich.
Well, I reckon I'd like to see Adam and Will on Today Tonight.
Oh, yeah, good.
I think Will's the next Naomi Robson.
Wow.
And Adam, you can be Anna Corrin.
Oh, God, I'd like to
Nah,
be
see, that'd be no good, because he'd never go to work. He'd just stay at home feeling himself up.
would.
I would. I just...
And I'd be knocking on his door to feel himself up too.
Yeah.
Hi, Adam.
I reckon you can just sit there going, very disturbing.
Yeah, and the thing was, like, Dools would keep coming round to me going, hey, come on, I'll show you a horse. I'm like, no, Naomi Robson.
It's not
I'm not a horse. I'm Naomi Robson.
19 past 8. We've got Adam from Brisbane on the line. Pitch Rich, Adam.
Wanted to pitch a spin-off show from Herman's Head called Spencer's Head.
Oh, God, here we go. I used to like Herman's Head.
I don't think any time slot can contain a show like that.
What goes down in an episode? What's Spencer's Head about, Adam?
Well, you can have all the breakfast show cast-offs as sort of different facets of your personality.
Oh, living in your head.
Right.
Like they did on Herman's Head.
Like the Pope.
Professor Will could be your brains.
Gordon Tallis.
Yeah, Gordon Tallis
He's
could
the
be your
muscle.
And the little girl that screams, Satan, 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 is the girl that lives inside your head.
Excellent.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your suggestion, Adam.
Spencer's Head.
Oh,
nice.
dearie me. We've got Abby from Frankston on there. How you going, Abby?
Good.
How old are you?
13.
13. What's your suggestion for a TV show that Will and I could be involved in?
If you think these people are useless, we'll find 101 uses for them. And you could have guests like Rose McManus and Bert Newton.
So 101 uses for Rove McManus.
Yeah.
That's concept. Put that on the slate, Fidler. Rub the board
right.
clean
Here
and
we
put
go.
that at the top of the list.
I think we've got a compelling case to get him to move from 10. You know, try out a week as an ashtray stand on the ABC.
Come on, Rovey.
Come on, Rovey.
We're going to paint you gold and pretend you're a Logie. Come on, Rovey.
It's a bit cold here, but I don't want to use electricity. But if I lay Rove at the base of the door, it stops the draft coming into the room. 101 uses for Rove McManus.
I think this is the best idea so far.
It's right up there.
Yeah.
And also,
Yes.
my mum wants one of those T-shirts and I'm grounded, so she said if I can get a T-shirt, then I'm off my grounding.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Okay, we'll send you a T-shirt then.
Yeah, there you
I'm just
go.
trying to
And
untangle...
that's Rich is writing that down as if that's an idea for a new show.
I'm just trying to untangle the morality of that.
Adam and Will come out and bust kids out of detention
Right.
by giving gifts to their parents.
We're like the A team for kids on detention.
Yeah, the D team.
Yeah.
We're getting all the best ideas from 13-year-olds today. It's the young kids who've got all the ideas,
Yeah.
whereas your 16, 17, 18-year-olds, they're a bit burned out, they're a bit bastard, aren't
Exactly.
they? Yeah.
If you haven't made a mark in the Australian TV industry by 17, forget it.
I got this to say, Richard, the children are our future. Treat them well and let them lead the way.
We've got Bryce from Yeppoon on the line. What's your suggestion, Bryce?
How you going, fellas? No offence taken here, Adam, but I was thinking maybe Beauty and the Beast for you, mate.
Oh, Beauty and the Beast, we're like hosting a panel of women.
Yeah.
I'm your sort of Stan Zemanek, Doug Mulray sort of...
Yeah, and I was thinking because on the glass house, Will's hair's always, different every week, so he could be one of the beauties.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And then you guys, so say Richard and Will are the beauties. Here we go. You just talk about some concept. We've got some later, and I'll do the hosting thing.
Oh, well, men just, annoy me with the way they don't leave the toilet seat up.
No, they just shit me to tears. It's not fair. I mean,
typical chick talk. Are you guys on your periods or something?
Yeah, there we go.
Word from our sponsors.
Done.
Not too hard, is it?
Not too hard. Not
22
too hard.
past 8 on the Jays. Well, there's a full board for your pitch, Rich.
That's pretty good.
I think we'll be seeing 101 uses for Rove McManus.
I think we will, yeah. I had another idea too, which is to get you guys to do the links on Channel 9. I don't know who, it's not Pete Smith anymore, but they're writing gags for the person who's doing links. I
have noticed that, yeah.
And they're kind of a bit gaggy, like after Sex and City. And that was the final episode of Sex and the City. And if you girls don't like it, get a life. And it's got that kind of tone to it.
Really?
Yeah. They're doing all that talk to the hand.
Nice.
So that could be us.
Ain't listening.
So we can just give
that
it.
could be you.
That was another episode of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Isn't Eddie Maguire a talentless fat prick?
There you go.
And you can sort of, put it under Gen X irony. Don't mean it.
That was American Russell unplanned.
Yes.
You know what? I reckon it's kind of planned.
Thank you very
They're all there.
Thank you
And
very
those questions don't sound that spontaneous.
Thank you very much, Richard Fidler.
Thanks. Can I give a plug for the Glass House?
Please do.
The Glass House, big awards night this Friday night.
The end of the year special we did. Oh,
That's right, the Glasshouse.
Adam's on. It's a cast of thousands. We had all our sort of favourite guests for the year and did a big awards night and sort of regular show combined.
And Lauren Burns drops a bombshell.
Yeah, I know.
The size of which matched only by the bombshell I'm dropping after 8:30 tomorrow morning at the Manning Bar, University
it's
of
worth
Sydney.
watching just for what Lauren says, I've got to be honest.
Oh, that's right. Look, I think from this period on tomorrow night to November 26th, when she drops that bombshell, the world history will be divided into two halves.
Yes.
Pre-November 26th.
Yes.
Post-November 26th.
Yeah, there'll be S11 and there'll be N26.
N26.
If you happen to see Lauren Burns in the streets in the next couple of days, just walk up and go, zzz.
Yeah.
We're not talking mosquitoes, people.
No.
Thank you very much, Richard
It's been
Fidler.
wonderful having you part of the show, Richard. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure doing it.
24 past 8 on the Jays. Here's End of Fashion.
Too lazy to care about that. Sense of purpose is getting me back. But still I try and miss it when you're mine. I'm not too careful to care about you. God, really, neither are you. But still I try and mumble out my lies. Well, listen, finally trained in loving more. I'm not a saint, but I know I can behave. And be too careful to throw it away. And this is how I stumble through my life. Well, listen, finally trained and nothing more. With a tail like a dinosaur. Strange how I choose to match. Here it comes. Don't need a reason. I know it sounds strange. You be my reason. You make me wanna. Finally trained and loving more. With a tail like a dinosaur. Strange how I choose to match.
It is 27 past 8 on the Jays. End of Fashion and Too Careful. Adam and Will with you around this time tomorrow at the Manning Bar, University of Sydney. We'll be going absolutely wild. It's our last ever radio show live. Get along there nice and early. Only chance to pick up your limited edition House of Spence designer T-shirt from the Manning Bar, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. They're bloody good T-shirts, Dools. Don't you worry. The House of Spence
I want to get
is
one of them.
open.
Adam has had a series of children in sweatshops right across Asia for the last
Busting
few
their
weeks.
fingers.
Is this using the theory why hire a T-shirt for $70 when you could buy one for $100?
Exactly.
That's kind of the same.
Exactly. It's for larger men. It's a great little T-shirt.
T-shirt/tent.
Around this time tomorrow.
Only available at our gig and at Ray's Tent City.
We'll just have finished around this time tomorrow the radio play. Bessie Bardot's in the radio play.
Yep.
It's an absolute cast of thousands. Craig McLachlan's
in it.
Andrew Denton's in the
Ian
radio play.
Turpie.
Anna Corrin's in the radio play.
It's going to be huge.
It is on for young and old, and we won't be far away. We'll just have heard a track from Frenzal Rom. They're playing a couple of songs tomorrow.
Yep.
We won't be far away from announcing who's going to replace us on Breakfast next year.
Yep.
And I'm about to drop a bombshell around this time tomorrow. It's 8:28 on the Jays.
I'll drop a bombshell.
Okay.
Because I was looking through my book yesterday of all the things that I've written down that I was going to talk about on the radio.
Wow.
And there's a series of things that I have never got to.
Wow.
And so I was just looking through it, just going, I wonder why in 5 years of doing radio, we've had to fill 3 hours a day every day. And let's be honest, people who've heard the show know that sometimes the standard isn't that high.
Yeah.
These are the ones that never made the cut.
Really?
Do you want me to just give you one of them?
Is it
just as a bit of
edition?
this is like this is stuff, and the quality of the rest of them is of sort of this standard.
Is this like saying, 10 years from now, your Uncle Gary, he almost played for Carlton.
Yeah.
In 2002?
Yeah.
Wow.
Can we get a director's commentary on these jokes?
This is like stuff that genuinely that I might have just scribbled on my hand at some stage, or that I've done that I thought, I wonder if I could ever make
it's
that
the
into something for the radio.
skeleton of the shell of a loose idea.
One of my notes here says, tell them about how when you go to the ATM, you always choose the French option. And what that is, some ATMs
language
you can choose
optional.
different languages.
Nice.
Yeah.
I always choose different because I know, because the ATM is always exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like, you can just know which buttons to push. I always choose it in foreign languages, so that just makes me feel like I can speak other languages.
Nice.
So when I'm at the ATM, I always go, what today? Hungarian.
Yeah.
All right.
Je ne le crois que tu. 5178. Je bigger girl. Well, of course it's a statement account.
So I always do. I don't travel, but I always do the ATM in foreign languages just to seem cosmopolitan.
You don't need to travel.
But you're telling me
that never made it.
That didn't get on the show?
Never got on the show.
We got to come back.
Preposterous.
We got to do one more year.
You got another year.
Look at the thickness of this book.
Oh.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
If you were to open at a random page and do one more, the next thing you see that's circled that we didn't get to, just to show that you did luck in a bit with that ATM one.
All right.
Because that ATM one was quite reasonable.
Pretty good,
yeah. Oh, well, okay, this is actually quite relevant, even though when I wrote this down it was about 3 months ago. It's just become, it's been so long, it's become relevant again.
Okay.
It was about going to Montreal.
Yes.
And the funny thing was that was about 4 months ago, but my doco was just on this week, so it's almost topical.
Yeah.
Give it to us.
It was about, we interviewed Greg Proops, the great improviser.
Yes.
Yeah. We went to his hotel room and had a few drinks at the bar. Yeah, we stuck him with the bill. For the entire thing.
Nice.
I found out later that we'd walked away from this interview we'd begged him for and left him with a $150 bar tab.
Nice.
That's awesome.
For the pleasure of talking to me.
It is
That never made the cut.
You can't put a price on that.
For these things, boss.
8:30 on the Jays. Why don't
Give me an hour on Saturday.
Tomorrow morning.
I just want it. Everything's got to go.
Tomorrow morning, Manning Bar. Why don't we throw the bar open at about an hour to go and just leave the Jays to pick up the tab? It's 29-9 on the Jays. Here's one of my favourite tracks, the Cheesecake Song by King Missile. News headlines next.
So then I got this idea about driving a cheesecake truck, because I figured at the end of the day, I could take some of the leftover cheesecakes home, and I love cheesecake. So I went to the cheesecake company, and they asked me if I could drive a truck, and I said yes, and they said, you're hired. So the next day I got in the truck with all the cheesecakes, and I drove about a block, and I just had to have a cheesecake. So I pulled over and opened the truck, and I got a cheesecake, and I also took one for later, and I took one for my friend Farm Boy, and I took one to bring home, and by that time I had eaten one of the cheesecakes, so I took another one. Then I figured I might as well stop at my house to drop off all the cheesecakes. So I take 5 cakes to eat on the way, and I drive another block and a half to my house. Now it's lunchtime, so I ate 10 cheesecakes and a cheesecake for dessert. I should point out, by the way, that all of these cheesecakes were very delicious. Anyway, I decided that the only thing to do would be to eat all the rest of the cheesecakes and hide the truck somewhere and leave town. And I miss everybody a lot, but I'm not really sorry, because they were very delicious cheesecakes.
I like cheesecake, and I like the Cheesecake Truck Song.
Hi, Rhianna Patrick with Triple J News Headlines. A new report's found taxes may have to rise to meet a greater than expected economic burden from ageing Australians. The former Prime Minister Bob Hawke has accused the Labor Party of distancing itself from the trade union movement. The Justice for Refugee group has warned that a major riot could erupt at South Australia's Baxter Detention Centre. The Brazilian government will start producing enriched uranium from next month after approval from the UN's nuclear watchdog. To sport, and England's cricket tour of Zimbabwe is in doubt after the Zimbabwe government barred British journalists from covering the tour. And Australia's Mark Webber has recorded the 5th fastest lap time in the Formula One testing in Spain.
Oh, it's good to see Mark Webber's consistent.
Yep.
Even in Formula One testing, he still just finishes disappointingly out of the places.
Well, because some people have said that it's our final radio show tomorrow. It's been quite flattering. Some people have said, it's going to be the end of the world. I just can't go on. There are some things that will continue, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Webber will still almost be good at driving cars. It's not
never
the end of
quite
the world.
good, but you always promise a lot and deliver nothing. If there was ever a mascot for our show, I think it is Mark Webber.
Knocking on the door. Knocking on the door.
Consistently 5th to 7th.
It is.
That's been our motto.
27
Mark
to
Webber.
9 on the Jays. Now, around 7:30 tomorrow, two people who we've actually got in the studio at the moment, Rhianna Patrick, our news announcer, and Scott Dools, Dooley, are taking on a random audience member in a booty-shaking dance-off out the back of the 7:30 news. How are we both feeling, competitors?
I'm just so confident. I'm really very, very confident.
Really? Are you going to get a booty to shake by tomorrow?
You're a booty-free zone, dude.
Seriously, dude. Are you going to have, booty implants? Or are you going
You've
to
got
wear
a bit
some
to go around. I might borrow yours for the...
Are you going to wear Wonder Booty?
Have you seen Dools dance at all, Rhianna? Have you know what he's going to even bring to this throwdown?
No, I haven't, but I've heard rumours. I've put the feelers out there into the community. I'm a journalist. I've got to gather information on the opposition.
What is the word on the street?
There was a hack story.
Yeah.
Word on the street is that if he pulls out the moonwalk, I could be in trouble.
What?
Dools, can you moonwalk?
No, but if I do pull out the moonwalk, you're in trouble.
26 to 9 on the Jays. Here's Flashdance by Deep Dish. Are You Smarter Than Dools up next? Special edition.
my heart. He didn't mean to catch my eye. Well, he's lucky he just walked on by. 'Cause he hasn't met a girl like me, are you kidding? Well, I tell him that I'd rather die.
Here we go. Here we go. 22-9 on the Jays. Deep dish and flash dance at the special time.
Mary, Mary. Mary, Mary. I need your hugging. Mary, Mary. Mary, Mary.
It is 22-9 on the Jays. Mary from Junee, live in the studio. How are you going, sweetheart?
I'm going very well, Adam, thank you.
Now, you sobered up yet, Mary? Because you came to the final Glasshouse taping last night, and I'll tell you what.
Had a couple of sherries?
You got in the free booze backstage, didn't you, Mary?
Yeah, I did. And the strawberries.
Well, they were meant to soak it up, were they? Who were you kidding?
No, it was really great.
what she can remember.
It was a fun show, wasn't it?
Yes,
Deary
it
me.
was.
Doesn't that Lauren Burns lead a bit of a life?
Oh, my word, yes.
She's not competing.
Tune in 10:15 tomorrow night. You'll hear all about that.
Now, what we've got here today is a couple of very special things. First of all, we've put together a montage of some of our highlight moments with you, Mary.
Right,
so this is what it's been like with you over the last little while.
Right.
I mean, I love Adrian as much as I did when I married him 28 years ago.
One girl, one boy, some grief, some joy. Memories are made of this.
Thank you so much for ringing. You've made me day. Why can't life problems hit us when we're 18 and know everything?
Exactly. They should hit you when you're 18 because if they hit you when you're 69, you're already busy, aren't you, Mary?
Yes.
Oh, Adam. Tell us what it is, Mary.
Sea hunt.
Sea hunt?
Memories are made of this. Memories are made of this.
Life is what happens while you're making other plans.
Memories.
What does that mean, Mary? Have you been smoking something? I've had a sea hunt of a day.
You're on ABC Classic FM.
Well, you did
It's 20
ask
minutes to 9.
There you go. Mary from Junee, 19-9. Thank you very much for all the memories.
Thank you.
But today you face your final showdown.
I don't know. Harry Potter? Who'd know anything about that?
Well, I don't.
Nah. Do I get a phone a friend?
It's Friday up 3:30 again. It's time to pit your mind against the feeblest mind in the nation as we play the Dools Factor.
That's a tough school, that question.
Who's our contestant this week? Adam. It is indeed Mary from Junee on the Dools Factor up against
Mary v. Dools. The clash of traditional rivals.
The topic.
At last they meet.
Topic: life in Australia in the 1950s.
Oh, tops!
Now the great thing about this is most people would expect that it's Mary. We love her. It's her last ever one. You take a dive. You do the right thing.
No.
Dools is still going to try his hardest to win
try
this.
my guts out.
I bet you are.
I once saw a thing, Mary. I'm just going to scare you now, Mary. I once saw a newsreel that said that the Navy in the 50s was training dolphins in the 50s. So, that's just part of my knowledge of Australia in the 50s.
Right.
I'm in so much trouble.
But as per usual, Dools, we're going to let you go first.
You get first shot. If you miss it, if you happen to not know the answer, Mary gets a go. So you can shut her out. If you answer all the questions, you win.
Yeah.
Okay, Dools, this is an easy one to start.
No, it's not.
I'm going to give you a gimme to start, Dools. If you get this one wrong, you're an idiot. And this is the easiest question in the quiz. Which dessert is named in honour of an Australian singer? Which dessert is named in honour of an Australian singer?
Pavlova.
She was a ballet dancer. from New Zealand.
I'm going to give you another guess, Dools, because it's the final one.
There's Dame Melba, I don't know, Mars bars. I have no idea. I've got no idea.
Mary, what was it?
Peach Melba.
After Dame Nelly Melba. You're in the zone, Dools, too. 1-0 Mary.
So close. Dools, in what year...
54.
No.
No. All right, 2 to Mary.
I'll finish the question. In what year were the Melbourne Olympic Games held?
56.
Over to you, Mary.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, 3 to Mary.
Right.
3 to Mary.
3-0 to Mary. Nice one. Dools, in what year...
I've learned from my mistake.
Okay, Dools, in what year did the Beatles first tour Australia? In what year did the Beatles first tour Australia?
I thought this quiz was on the 50s.
And beyond.
Well, 50s and beyond. 50s till today, Dools.
64.
1 to Dools. Hello.
Yeah, don't give all. I love the Beatles.
How many gold medals did our Dawn Fraser win in the 1956 Melbourne Olympic Games?
In the 56 games, I think she won 4.
What's your recollection, Mary?
2.
Guess who's right?
Oh, well, Dawn Fraser's a joke. If she only won 2, why is she so popular?
Yeah.
No, I've said it. This is the last time you guys are in this year. Dawn Fraser's overrated, Mary. Our generation's got Thorpe, you've got Fraser. Who's got the runs on the board? Thorpe.
Yeah, but she won more at different Olympics.
Right.
That's what made it special.
Yeah, that's another point to Mary.
Yeah.
But Thorpe never stole anything. He wore a stole, but he never stole anything.
He didn't. He might have.
Yeah, Dools' generation has got the runs on the board in the sense that you're trailing 5-1.
Yep.
And we've only asked 3 questions in the quiz.
The host of the host of Deal or No Deal, Andrew O'Keefe, is not the first person in show business from that family.
No.
Who was the more famous member of the O'Keefe family?
I really want to say cricket commentator Kerry O'Keefe, but I'm going to go with I'm going to go with the wild one, Johnny O'Keefe.
Oh, correct.
Okay, here we go.
Dools is making a charge.
What was the name of the yacht that won the America's Cup in 1983?
Bob Hawke wore the stupid suit.
Yes.
And Bertram, Spirit of Australia, Matilda, Kangaroos, Echidnas, Rove McManus.
You can't just say names. You've got to at some stage lock one in, Dools.
I don't know. Spirit of Australia, I don't know, QE2, I don't know, what?
What was it, Mary?
Australia 2.
Australia
2, Dools.
Australia won, though.
Idiot.
That's confusing.
Yeah,
All right.
Isn't it?
All right, Dools, here you go. This is a chance. I'll give you a point for each of these.
Okay.
Which 3 major events in Australian history happened on November the 11th? Which 3 major events in Australian history happened on November 11th?
Well, Armistice Day happened. That's a point, isn't it? That's Day of Remembrance Day. And 2 horses won the Melbourne Cup. That happens in November.
Not on November 11th, of course, because the Melbourne Cup was the first Tuesday in November, so it can never happen later than the 6th.
No, but what about the year it was rained off? It was rained off in 36.
If you tell me the horse who won in 36, I'll give you 5,000 points.
Okay. It was O'Keefe's dream after Andrew O'Keefe, which was surprising because his father wasn't even born yet.
It's very close to Old Rolly, who was 101 outsider. But anyway, have you got any others?
I don't know. The Jack Russell was introduced to Australia, and that's only because there's a dog
I'll
on
give
the
you
television.
a point for each of the ones you can name. Major events in Australian history on
We've got
November
Remembrance Day gone.
Yeah, Remembrance Day's gone.
What else?
What else?
Nate Kelly was hanged
Yes.
at
correct.
Melbourne Jail.
Yes.
And Gough Whitlam was sacked.
Was sacked. Gough. The dismissal.
2 obscure events there.
The most famous moment in Australian political history.
All right, it's time.
It's currently 8-3.
Come on, Dools.
All right, give him a chance.
Yeah, okay.
Give him a chance.
Okay. Name as many Australian Prime Ministers as you can from the 1950s onwards.
Give you a point for each one, Dools.
Point each. You can get this, Dools.
Yep.
All right, let's go backwards. Howard.
Yep.
Nice.
Let's go.
If you get one wrong, you're out.
Admittedly, it has been a long time since there was anyone but Howard. But
If you get one wrong, the streak comes to an end, Dools.
Howard, Keating, Hawke.
Yep.
Whitlam.
Oh! Oh!
He was a prime minister. He was.
Yeah.
Wasn't Whitlam a PM? No. This is in order. This is now in no
All right,
particular
okay. Sorry, I
order.
thought you were going backwards.
No.
Dools.
I am going backwards.
Fast.
It was Fraser. Malcolm Fraser.
Yeah, well done, Dools.
Right, now it gets complicated.
It's level.
Here we go, Dools.
Oh,
Come
God,
on.
we're in trouble.
Don't feel any pressure.
Barton was the first one.
And how many Australians would know that?
I only know because of that ad. Remember that ad?
You've got 10 seconds, Dools.
Abe Lincoln was American.
8,
Yes.
Thatcher was
6,
English.
They're pretty
5,
obscure, most of these.
4, 3,
I probably won't
2.
remember.
I don't know.
If you can name even one of them,
Yeah,
Mary,
you
if
need to
one,
just name one,
give us
Mary.
some of them.
Robert Menzies.
Yeah, Robert Menzies.
Menzies wasn't a prime minister. Menzies was the Don Fraser of prime ministers. He was overrated, Mary. You can't claim him. That's not a point.
He had a very, very, very unlucky 18 years.
Yeah. Talking.
John McEwen.
Yes, John McEwen.
John Gordon.
John Gordon was there.
Yep.
Yeah, the one who drowned.
Yes.
Harold Holt.
Yes.
That's him. Yeah.
Correct.
When did Harold Holt drown?
1967, Dools.
Have you ever read a paper, Dools?
They never found him.
No.
Harold Holt drowned.
Does the footy record count? That was never in the footy
It's
record.
11-9 on the Jays. Mary,
never happened.
congratulations.
Mary, you are smarter than Dools.
a long list of people who are smarter than Dools.
Well done, Mary.
Thank you.
Dools, for you, the pain ends.
Oh, exactly. This brings to an end the low point of my life. It's every Thursday and Friday.
You've
about
still got so
8:30.
far to go in that regard, Dools.
And now I've got to do this dance off.
It's
That's
11
going to be another shot
to
in the arm.
9 on the
embarrassment.
Jays. Here's a track. Someone sent in one of our little mix-up mashes, highlights of the show. It's a bit of a weird one, Mary. It's about you, Will, and I.
Right.
11-9 on the Jays. I thought you were in the beginning of what was going to become a very raunchy story.
I'm scared. I'm a little scared. Will and Adam thought it best to get lots of different women to kneel down and pray in front of him. They called it putting the devil back into hell. It was tough work.
That's a very bizarre interpretation of the New Testament.
Oh,
anyway.
I read it in the Bible, up the back. Up the back.
Jesus was a man.
You're taking one each way.
Up the back. Is there something about Mary? Is there something attractive about Mary?
Hey.
The three friends all decided to make sweet love.
Hooray! Baby. Oh, baby.
Isn't this fun, Will? Said Adam. She popped out her bosom.
Oh.
Well, you did ask me.
You'll never find out if you don't ask. We don't muck around, I can tell you
Sea
that.
Hunt!
Sea Hunt. I've got one of those.
Sea Hunt!
Sea Hunt. I've got one of those.
What is it, Mary?
I'm not telling you.
Laughing, singing, and making love.
The boys smiled. This was the most fun they'd ever had.
Hey,
Well, it was interesting and very
And the
different.
ripples of love spread around the world.
I thought you were in the beginning of what was going to become a very raunchy story.
I can't stop laughing.
Mary, I was blushing at this end. Yeah, I've had a sea hunt of a day. It is about 10 minutes to 9 on the Jays. Adam and Will with you. What do you think of that, Mary? A mix-up of the three of us getting it on.
I thought it was very good.
Oh, could you understand all the words? Had a
Yeah,
good
I
beat to
could
it.
this time.
Deary me. Now, any closing message you want to give to our listeners?
Yeah, yes, to all the people who've listened to me and all the beautiful people I've met and two very special men, Adam and Will.
Oh,
Oh, Mary.
I love you both, you know that.
well, thank you for making the last couple of years so special.
And you'll never know what you've done for me.
Oh.
Oh, Mary, don't cry.
No, I won't cry.
Be strong
I'm
here.
not going to
Don't
cry.
cry.
Adrian's a bawling mess on the couch.
Adrian's discovered where we keep the free booze. He's not even
Exactly.
here.
It is
He's
9
just
and...
waiting.
We'll speak to you soon, gorgeous. Thank you so much for being such a big part of the show.
Thank you.
It is 9 and 9 on the Jays, but we've got Ian on the line now. Ian, how are you going?
Good, thanks, mate.
Good to hear. Now, you are our Guns N' Roses request this morning. What song, but you need a reason why?
Okay, well, my story is back in 1988, when I was 14, I was mad into Guns N' Roses.
Nice.
And I heard that Axl Rose had his nipple pierced, so I pierced my own nipple.
You pierced your own nipple?
Out of devotion to Guns
What
N' Roses.
with?
Well, this is the funny part. All I could find was my sister's nurse's watch. The watches that hang off the pin, and when I'd finished
You used to wear one of those, Mary, the little...
when I'd finished it, I couldn't get the watch off. I had a watch hanging off my tit for about 4 hours.
That's got you would been like a punk Flavor Flav.
Exactly. You could take your own temperature. So what track would you like us to play to bring back those memories, Ian?
Jungle, baby.
Welcome to the jungle. Thank you, Ian.
No worries. Have a good one.
7 to 8 on the
A
Jays.
superstar guest up next too.
Very special guest up next, Adam and Will.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. How do we know the names? We are the people that can find whatever you may need. If you got the money, honey, we got your disease. In the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Won't you bring it to your knees? I wanna watch you bleed. Welcome to the jungle. We take it day by day. If you want a joke on the bleed, but the price you pay, and you're a very sexy girl. It's very hard to please. You can taste the bright lights, but you won't get them for free. In the jungle, welcome to the jungle. Feel my serpentine. I wanna hear you scream. Welcome to the jungle, it gets worse here every day. You learn to live like an animal in the jungle where we play. If you got a hunger for what you see, you'll take it eventually. You can have anything you want, but you better not take it from me. In the jungle, welcome to the jungle. Won't you bring me to your knees? I'm gonna watch you bleed. When you're high, you never ever wanna be down. So down, so down, so You know where you are? You're in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die. In the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Won't you bring it to your knees? In the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Feel my serpentine. Jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Won't you bring it to your knees? Down in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Won't you bring it to your? It's gonna bring you down.
Oh, 3 to 9 on the Jays. Guns and Roses.
Gunners.
Gee, they wrote some
It's-
shit,
and
didn't
it,
they?
look, it just the thing is,
Yeah.
sounds as good today as it did back then.
Didn't it? Welcome to the jungle. Guns and Roses. Requested by Ian, who actually pierced his nipple with a nurse's watch out of an affinity with Axl Rose. Nice work, Ian.
Axl's new Guns N' Roses album, Chinese Democracy, was due out, of course, in year 2000.
Yep.
Geez, I'll tell you what, whenever it comes out, it'll still sound fresh.
Absolutely. And talking about someone who still sounds fresh, our special guest to wish us well in our final studio ever, who have we got?
The man who made this job, Mikey Robins. How are you, Mikey?
Very good, very good. And as you will soon know, you will never hear another alarm again in your life. Someone who did breakfast radio for many years. In fact, you'll never hear breakfast radio again in your life. You'll never wake up before 10 a.m. for the rest of your life.
Yeah, tomorrow we are announcing who's taking over the show after us, but like it'll matter to me and Adam, who'll never wake up before 10 again in our lives.
I'm sure they'll do a fantastic job.
It was like my last show. Who's replacing you? Some goose called Spencer.
There you go.
I give him 6 months.
Yeah. I sat on that couch, drunk as a skunk, going, this is going to be great. Oh, I can't wait. Now, you brought a little gift in.
Yes, I thought we should celebrate this auspicious occasion, your last ever studio show, by opening a special bottle of sparkling mineral water, if I can get the cork out.
So the idea is once you stop doing breakfast radio, you don't get up before 9 in the morning, except to drink champagne.
Yeah. It's some, I don't know, it's some, I think it's some cheap mob. It's got Chandon or something.
Chandon?
I couldn't afford...
I don't know who the Chandons are.
I couldn't afford an Australian one, so I got a French one.
All right, okay.
So, anyway, boys, well done for a great job over the past few years.
Here we go.
And who gets Dools in the custody? Hey! And best luck for the future.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Mikey Robins, dearie me.
And, Mikey, can you remember much of your last show, or were you drunk the whole time?
I must have been like... I actually stayed until 11 thinking I was still on air. They just let me go. They'd already gone to the morning show. I'm still taking calls and playing requests. I don't care.
Mikey's here just going, now I've got some thoughts about who runs the banks. Yeah. I really want to get off my chest.
Yeah. I was here for 7 years now. I still can't figure out what Rob Scott does.
Big hello to Rob when he gets in this morning in a few hours. He's still got it, the Robins. He's still sending them in from downtown. Let's also get DJ ZJ over here who's been working the phone. Come on over here, have a glass of champagne. Zoey Jones, who just, we're only a few seconds, because tomorrow obviously we won't have the phone, so Zoe has already said for the last time in her professional career, yeah, that's fantastic. I'll pass it on to the guys. Thanks for calling.
Or I'll just go and find the CD now.
Exactly. Mel's up after 9 o'clock. Tomorrow morning, we're live from the Manning Bar, University of Sydney. Come along. We'd love to see you. Thank you very much for popping in, Mikey.
No worries, guys. Have a good one tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Triple J News. Hi, I'm Sara Everingham. Mark Latham says speculation about his future as Labor leader is nonsense that's only serving to fill up space in newspapers. Mr Latham says he has no time for colleagues who make anonymous criticism of his leadership. He's told Adelaide Radio 5AA disunity in the Labor Party is death.
The public would just think, well, you've got no right to govern, you can't even run your own shows. So obviously, in those circumstances, the party's made a decision about its front bench team, its leadership, and we need to get on with the job.
The English cricket team has pulled out of its scheduled flight to Zimbabwe after several British journalists were refused permission to enter the country. Sally Sara has the details.
The English players were ordered not to board the flight. They received the instructions from the England and Wales Cricket Board. British cricket and government officials are demanding free access for the press. A series of meetings will be held later today in Johannesburg, London and Harare. England pulled out of the match in Zimbabwe last year during the Cricket World Cup because of security concerns.
Some of Australia's threatened frog species are under attack from people trying to eradicate cane toads. That's according to Michael Murphy from the National Parks Service. He says many native frogs bear an uncanny resemblance to the cane toad, and if they're not cute and green, people try to kill them.
It's a good idea. People want to help. The best idea is to stick with the adults. They're quite distinctive with the dry, warty skin, big poison sac on the back of the neck and the bony eyebrow.
Peter Costello says the government is addressing economic concerns associated with the ageing population. The Productivity Commission has released a draft report showing the ageing population will leave a black hole of more than $2,000 billion over a 40-year period.
Demography is destiny. Our destiny has been set by the changing fertility rates since the 1960s. It's set in stone. We can't walk away from it. We can't change it.
The French President Jacques Chirac has arrived in Libya on the first visit there by a French head of state. President Chirac is due to hold talks with Colonel Gaddafi, focusing on Iraq, Africa, terrorism and economic cooperation. 8 Arctic countries have agreed on small steps to break a rapid thaw of the region. The United States, Russia, Canada and the 5 Nordic states, which all have territories in the Arctic, agreed to encourage effective measures to adapt to climate change. But they stopped short of promises or timetables. A recent scientific report warns the Arctic is warming twice as fast as the global average, threatening to wipe out species like polar bears. And in sport, Brian Lara and several senior West Indies cricket players look set to miss the one-day series in Australia in January because of a contract dispute. That's all the news for now. Across Australia, you're listening to Triple J.
If you're a fan of the funk, then tonight's session of Roots and All is for you. Nothing but funk, jazz and soul. Quantic, Russ Dewberry and Alice Russell are stopping by with some of their favourites. It's going to be a night to remember. Roots and All tonight from 11 on Triple J.
Don't make me do that.
Brothers and sisters, do not attempt to adjust your radio dial. To be wide awake now, so quit your yawning. Get yourself ready for Mel in the morning.
What do you want with that bitch when you got all the pussy you can handle right here?